up, everybody? How you guys doing out there? Welcome to another episode of Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast, episode number 9 for you guys. I'm Chris.
I'm Johnny Doe, and I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm Kenny. This nigga every week.
I'm Jamie. We got Duke Nukem over here.
Right?
They live.
That's awesome. Cool.
Totally different.
Thank you very much for joining us again, folks. Episode number 9. We're really starting to rack them up here.
Yeah, they live, we sleep.
Yeah. We're gonna
Obey.
Is that from the same?
Yeah.
Obey.
Yeah, Obey.
Okay.
All the Obey shirts and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, they
Nice.
live.
Yo,
You guys should watch that fucking movie.
shit.
What?
You haven't seen They Live?
Rowdy
Watch it.
Roddy Piper, dude. Who
Yeah.
hasn't seen that fucking movie?
I've seen it a million times. Just watch it this week.
Yep.
Okay, we're already getting sidetracked.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Fucking A.
That's
All
kind of
right.
what the segment's about, though. So.
Yeah.
Sidetrack.
Well, okay, so the first thing I'm going to bring up today in our free talk is we got another social justice warrior, I guess, or some status fuck who thinks she's trying to help the community by ratting on people.
Some bitch.
Yeah, she's fucking in somebody's business. They call
Bitch
her,
in my business.
They call her Sidewalk Susie.
Sidewalk
Susie.
Yeah, so we're going to listen to her.
Sidewalk Susie.
She is a white woman who is harassing.
There's a trend here.
Weird.
Dude, you need to turn up your mic or something. Or turn up my
you-
I
volume.
turn it up.
Yeah, because you're low as shit today.
In my
Can't hear you.
Is that a little better?
A little
Yeah,
bit
a
more.
little bit, yeah.
Testicle
Okay.
difficulties.
Some testicle difficulties.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
All right.
There we go.
I just didn't want to be too loud. I
You
turned it
can-
down.
Yeah,
a
that
little
was
bit.
just stupid.
You can hear that boom in your voice now.
Ooh, that bass.
Don't think.
Oh,
Don't.
that's-
Yeah,
Just do.
Don't do it.
Don't.
All right, go ahead. We
He's
just
mad, he's
totally
mad.
derailed our own self here.
Okay, so Sidewalk Susie is a white woman who is harassing another woman who we cannot see, so we do not know what race she is.
I think she's Hispanic by her voice.
But she has a biracial child, and this was all brought up in the article covering this, and we think that may or may not have something to do with why this person is down there. Keep in mind, this woman is a humanitarian director.
Could be because she's trying to flex
what?
the calves.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's go ahead and see what Sidewalk
She needs
Susie
put
has
some
to say.
fucking lotion on.
Yeah, she's gonna fucking catch
Man, she
on
needs
fire.
she needs some.
So here we
pigment
go.
in her skin.
You just swore. You heard me wrong.
You just swore.
You're lying.
You're lying.
You know you.
are.
You sit right here.
The fuck is this
You
shit?
sit right there.
2-year-olds.
Right.
Watch.
This is so passive aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry that we're arguing with your mom. She's not being very nice.
I would be like, don't
at
fucking
that.
talk to my kid, bitch.
I would have kicked her right in the mouth.
Right.
Non-aggressive,
she
non-aggressive,
needs
non-
lotion.
Don't get off
Wow.
my property.
She needs
I
lotion.
think that's why
Watch.
you're mad right now.
Hang on.
I don't care. Okay, so
it's
go
your
back
property.
upstairs to your kids. Like, why are you sitting here with me?
I'm sitting here because you're preventing my children from sleeping. Do you like me to tell it to you?
Who's even watching your kids
Oh
right
my
now?
god, the fact that she talks
Watch.
quiet is
Watch.
Are
so...
you? Because you're not. You're here with me and my
She's
kids.
just stumped. Listen to what she says right here.
Are you in one of the affordable units? Or are you in one of the Harvard units?
Oh.
This bitch.
This is
Goddamn liberal elites.
But it's none of
Dude,
your
this
business
fucking
where I
bitch,
live,
dude.
What my name is. No, actually, it really
when you're
isn't.
disturbing the
Wow.
Actually, it really isn't.
I
No,
like
'cause you're the
whispering.
only one
You're
down here
disturbing.
right now. There's nobody else out here saying that we, are starting.
This chick is a
starting trouble,
bitch.
so-
She's trying to
Dude.
whisper check
Wow.
her.
Whoa.
Yeah, as a child, small child.
She's trying to
Okay,
whisper
but I'm
check
not
her.
going anywhere, man.
Yeah.
I live
Okay,
here.
so that's Sidewalk Susie. I wanted to bring that up. We got that one from Valerie. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
And,
nice.
Excuse me, but
Yeah, like what the fuck?
That makes
over?
it way more annoying,
It
too.
is my business. that
Um,
you're
Yeah.
sitting
You guys
there,
are
being
keeping my
really-
children away.
Yes.
She's
How
doing
about
like
you go in the house and put some goddamn lotion on, you ashy bitch?
She's gonna fucking.
No,
like
she
somebody
needs to be
burst in
outside, dude. She needs a tan, dude.
Yo, she's too ashy.
needs
The
a
sunlight's
tan.
gonna reflect off the ash, and she's not gonna tan. Like seriously,
Reflect off that ass.
She's ashy as shit. Like she's been rolling in flour all day.
What the fuck?
I think she's from the Nordic countries.
I don't
Nordic.
know where she's from. She's from Ashika. Is from where?
Ashika.
Bitch was ashy as shit.
That was good.
Yeah, so I don't know these fucking people who have these agendas where
What do you mean, you people?
this one I said these people
Same
What?
shit.
What?
this one wasn't as bad as I think the other ones we've talked about where they actually called the police on them.
No, she just straight up was like, "Are you in the affordable housing?" Or
That's
the
what was
Harvard
fucked
line?
up about it.
That was crazy.
Are you one of those broke Negroes or not?
Like the fucking audacity of her to even
Right.
fucking ask that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just so stupid. I hate it.
just love the fact that people have like been like super chill about it as far as like the people that are coming up to them,
Yeah.
like nobody's gotten like
beat up,
yeah,
something like that.
for
Yeah.
real. Because that dude that was on the BART train would have got his ass whooped. I'm sorry.
So if you're at your house and you got a knock on your door and you
Pop,
open up
pop.
the door and it's yourself you're staring back at, what would you do or say?
I think someone put a mirror in my fucking doorway as a joke.
No, it's just clearly it's you. It's a live person. So
Is it future me or past me?
ooh, see, that's where I was gonna go with it.
If
I'd
it-
be like, if you're the real Johnny Doe, what number are you thinking? 69, dude. Come on, you know that's what you would do.
How did I even get sucked into that bullshit? Seriously.
What would you
God
do?
damn it.
What would I do? I don't. I'd probably freak out and close the door.
Yeah.
I would ask, is it future me or past me? If it's
I'd want to
future
know,
me,
is
I
it
need
gay if
info.
it's yourself?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of masturbation
Yeah.
in a sense. If you,
What?
In order for it to be
Wait,
masturbation,
stop,
they would both
stop,
have to be
stop,
Or does, like-
you at the same
No.
does
time.
the penetration like
No.
fuck with the
No.
space-time continual?
Oh, don't even
I'm just
answer
it's
that.
questions,
Don't-
bro.
no,
Well,
no.
This
yeah,
is
it
science.
could. It
This is
could.
science, bro.
No, it's
it
not
could.
science.
It
Wait,
could
Chris,
interfere because
If you put it in the black hole,
the same
it could
thing can't
interfere.
occupy the same space at the same time, right?
Christopher.
So
I don't know. That's debatable.
Christopher.
well,
It's
I'm
debatable.
saying it could be possible.
Don't
In theory.
don't encourage this shit.
In theory, we are scientists, sir. We
I
are
have
having
to
a
encourage
scientific.
it.
No,
yeah.
you don't. Stop
This is-
encouraging this shit, and we're gonna go move to the next topic. We're
Hey,
not
man.
doing this. No, we're not fucking doing this. Seriously, we are not.
Well, I guess you
No.
could do that boat paddle thing that you guys were talking about,
The
right?
Dutch rudder.
Yeah, Dutch rudder.
The Dutch
No.
rudder.
That's
No.
not gay.
It's not gay if it's a Dutch rudder.
No,
Yeah, right.
we're going
Come on
to
now.
the next topic.
2018, Kenny. Open your mind for your future self having sex with him.
Nope, nope, nope.
Come on now.
And I almost got caught up in that shit. I was like, this,
You're welcome, sir.
yeah, no.
Science, bro.
Dutch rudder.
No, fucking
Science.
Yeah. Anyone else? Free talk? I know we have a ton of it.
Oh, so that's what
Yeah.
we're doing right now? Because you were
Yeah.
just
That was free talk,
we're
bro.
fucking around,
fucking
dude.
yourself.
It was actually, you're right. It was a science experiment that we were, yeah. That's
no.
what we were actually discussing. But
we won't be doing any of those fucking things again.
well, you know.
Yeah, well,
So-
you know my ass.
Sending poop in the mail sounds like a good one to follow.
Oh,
that
no,
up.
no, wait.
No?
Do you guys believe in...
Oh, question.
Okay, so...
Wait, is that an elephant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
hold on, stand
there's
by.
an elephant in the room. Okay, so
Are
there's...
you talking about my fucking weight?
It's not everything's about you, Kenny.
Now that
God
you
damn
mention it.
I'm just fucking
You haven't
around.
working out for a while.
You
need to get back on the workout
not
train,
with
bro.
You, I haven't.
Oh, no Dutch rudder.
Cheating on me.
Yeah, I am because
With his
you're-
future self.
No,
You guys
All right.
believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the existence that it's possible that there could be aliens?
Yeah.
nope. There's only
do.
one Earth and it's flat.
It's a
Nice.
big round flat circle.
Nice.
We're spinning around on a disc.
Space.
We're a big fucking disc.
So-
like a-
Everything's round but Earth.
You're like a
have,
record player.
I have something to say about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
So here's the thing. I've never been shown sufficient enough proof
'Cause
that
you've been
aliens
probed?
exist,
Okay.
right?
Right.
However, I think that the universe is so openly vast and unexplored that there has to be. And I wanted to show this here. This is a picture. This is an overexposed image of black space that the Hubble telescope took over a long period of
I
time.
thought it was bright lights.
No,
Like the
so
game.
You do realize those are all galaxies, right?
that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
So the point that it was looking at seemed like it was just black. It was in between the stars, and then when they exposed the film for X amount of time, they got the picture back. That right
Crazy.
there is what they saw. And since
Hashtag Hubble.
some of those are so
Crazy.
many
I
light years
follow that
away,
shit.
there's a possibility that some of those
Hashtag Hummer, look it up.
stars that are in the galaxy don't even exist anymore. So that this is
Yeah.
not only a weird like almost time travel-esque type thing, but
It
because the
actually
universe is
is.
so vast, I think that there has to be
So to touch
Space Force.
so to touch on what you're saying,
something else out
actually
there.
they can go back to like the moment when like the Big Bang happened and actually see like the
Allegedly.
light from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was so
You're welcome,
it's
Chris.
taken so long for the light to actually reach Earth. So they in a sense go back in time through space.
Yeah, because you're
It's pretty
basically
fucking, like,
looking
dope,
back in
yeah.
time. Yeah, I love all the
I don't know.
theology
Space
behind
Force,
that.
bro.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
now you want to get bored when we start talking about real
Space Force, bro.
scientific shit.
No, this is science too, as
Yeah.
well.
No, it's not.
No, as well. Yeah, you're right. You are correct.
So there's this reporter, right? His name's Nick Pope. He used to work for the British
No one likes a name dropper, bro.
Ministry of Defense. Well, I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to
Go
give
ahead,
you
go ahead.
some facts with the story.
No, that's just name dropping, bro.
Okay.
This is gonna be a shit show.
He says that Britain has been researching aliens or UFOs, not aliens, UFOs.
UFO sightings.
Yeah, UFO sightings for the last like 25, 30
And he
years.
means the government.
Yeah,
Like a program.
the actual British Ministry of Defense,
Yeah.
and they have
Men in
like
Black.
documented evidence of unidentified flying objects.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying it could either be aliens or it could be
Spies,
spies,
aircraft, or
but
other.
there's more talk amongst the intelligence agency going back and forth because there's so many new
And on that story, admitted that the U.S. has the same program, even though they
Right.
denied it all.
As a matter of fact, the United States has documented evidence of 45,000 UFO sightings to date.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So they're saying it's an actual thing that we're seeing actual like UFOs out there that nobody has any clue what they're about, and some move quickly, some break the laws of physics
yeah.
completely.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But yeah, the
interesting.
ones that are just moving fast or whatever, it's probably more likely it's a spy craft or something.
Right,
But then there's the other that are doing these weird zips and whatever. It could be drone too. You never know.
And he says the reason why this isn't more mainstream is because so many people debunk these things or claim to debunk. So it never really catches mainstream media in the way it should. Like, I mean, if Britain and the United States are going through all this trouble to figure out what these objects are, then I think the media should take more interest in what they are.
Well, because everyone's already downplayed it and stuff, so it's kind of like, why waste your time on that?
Well,
they occasionally will bring it on, like up at the end of the, the news.
like
They'll bring up a real quick story. Ooh,
like a joke segment, right?
special like spooky lights in the sky.
Yeah.
And then they'll just go to like, okay, haha.
Well,
they laugh it off.
There's so many nut jobs out there who've been abducted.
Dude,
and
they
stuff
live,
like
we sleep, bro. Come on now.
that. Right.
I still don't know what that's from.
Okay, so
They
we're moving
live
on.
the movie.
They live.
Yeah, John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
Hashtag
okay.
look it up.
All
Great
right.
movie.
All right, next.
Why are you so against this movie? I feel like very high level of hate for the They Live movie from Kenny.
Salt.
Let's go.
High
Moving
salt
on.
levels today.
So what do you think, Kenny? You think there's
Aliens?
Yeah, there
UFOs?
is. Moving
Yes,
along.
there's aliens.
UFOs.
Yeah. Anal space probe.
I think-
hashtag look
Dude,
it up.
so
Yes.
I watch NASA Unexplained.
South Park episode 1.
Uh-huh.
And you legit have like astronauts coming on this show being like, oh yeah, there was this. There's like hella like missing tape. Like if you go and look up like the NASA missions, like back when we were like
Did
going
you see
to
the one on the
and
moon
shit.
where there's like a shadow person
Yeah,
walking?
like
That
there's,
is
like,
a nut. I
hella
just saw it for
chunks
the
of,
first
like,
time.
the tape
Yeah.
That
like
one's
missing. And like you have
Yeah.
like straight up legit astronauts that were like, yeah, I saw this or whatever, and like
Why does shadows always gotta be black, bro?
they
It's
didn't
kind of
like
fucking
report
racist.
it. So
While I was doing some research on this, I came across a video of, I guess there was some video of the space station, and outside the space station, you see these things
These little particles.
zipping by.
yeah, like the little lights and shit.
Yeah.
Organisms.
Such a trip, man.
Organisms.
And they have no idea what they are.
Yeah. Or like strange things happening to the actual like stuff that's malfunctioning that shouldn't be malfunctioning when the lights are
Would
there.
you have sex with a hot alien?
and then when the
Like,
lights
she had
go
3
away,
boobs?
then it starts back up again. I'm not fucking answering you today.
This is
seriously.
science, bro.
It's not science.
I feel like it's science.
Yeah, it's really not.
Scientology.
I don't know what.
No, it's not Scientologist.
don't know
That's
what
even
you're doing.
more retarded.
I think Johnny had too much pre
It has the word
No,
science.
no.
It has the word science in it. Come on.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you have a pre-workout?
2.
Oh fuck.
and a 5-hour energy.
Yep. Thank you.
This is why I don't pre-workout.
So this is why we're gonna end up fucking
called
having
cocaine.
to do CPR on this dude. Fucking
Yeah. I know his heart might stop.
Johnny's
Right?
got the giggles
For
today.
real.
I'm kind of going for that whole heart stop thing.
This is what happens when you don't sleep for 3 fucking days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus. So yeah, long story
You gotta
short,
leave
I
that
think
meth alone.
there could be aliens.
Yeah.
I think there could be.
Yeah. So pretty
My
much
ex
yes.
was an alien.
But how
When
do
you
you
said
feel
that
about
the Earth is, or the universe is so vast? You kind of mean yes.
But how do you feel about UFOs? Not aliens, but UFOs.
There you go.
Yo, I believe in UFOs. Period.
Yeah, I do too.
Well,
I
okay, so UFO doesn't. So yeah, I agree that there are UFOs because that's factual. If you don't know what it is and it's in the sky, that is a unidentified flying
don't
object.
Be a dick. You're being a dick.
No, I'm saying like
you're using the term literally.
That's exactly.
We're talking about from out of space.
No, I think that UFOs doesn't necessarily
But that's what we're talking about right now. God damn it.
That's what you want to mean. You want to say from outer space? Then I don't know. No, I think that everything that's in the sky.
But
can
you
be
said
explained.
that the universe is so vast.
Wait,
so you
wait,
probably
hold on.
Right.
Back really quick. So you think that everything that's in the sky can be explained?
Yes.
That it's man-made?
Yes.
Okay.
What if it's a flying phone booth from the future?
Well, it's still fucking man-made, isn't
Party
it?
on.
Bill and Ted, stop. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
Just
Is George Carlin in it too?
I'm calmer than you are.
No, you're
Calmer than you are.
I just
calmer than you are. Calmer than
like
you are.
so.
I'm gonna stab you.
Wait, what kind of phone booth is it? Is it a British phone booth? Is it a red British phone booth?
Doctor Who.
I would like to switch seats with Jamie right now.
No, you're fucked over there, dude.
Oh man, he's not being excellent.
There's a whole bunch of grab ass going on under the table over there.
There is a shit show. It's too hot for this shit.
No, it isn't.
It's a balmy 88 degrees today, by the way. It's so horrible.
100% humidity.
It's so bad.
I feel
Testicle
like I'm in
humidity.
fucking Mumbai right now.
And there's a fire going on too.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense today.
Air
Okay,
quality
so
is
anyways,
shit.
aliens exist. Everyone thinks so, and
Except
Jamie's
for
saying
Jamie,
maybe.
Maybe.
He said
I'm
there's an
saying maybe.
explanation for it.
What do you guys think?
We kind of talked about that.
Hit us
before
up
a
in the
little bit.
comments and let us know that Jamie's wrong.
Let us know. Do you
Let us know how Jamie's wrong. The Earth is round, sir.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get at it.
Jamie, the Earth is round. Just so you know.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'm
flat.
aware of that.
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
I'm with that, by the
Just
way.
make it
We're on a disc.
I'm actually a big spherical Earth advocate. I don't know if you guys know that about me or not. I don't know if you knew that about me or not, but
Oh my God. All right.
Fucking A.
Poop.
No, our next free talk is
I keep trying to jump to the poop. What do you want to talk about?
do you have your 32s there?
Oh.
maybe
Oh.
maybe I do.
You have a 32?
Maybe I do.
32s, I got something for you.
3, 2.
What do you got? What do you got?
Pass it down.
This segment is sponsored.
Holy shit!
What?
It's a big boy drink. Big boy drink.
Go fuck yourself.
So look at the comparison. Can we do a side by side?
At least it was
Yeah.
Mickey's. That's
Labels
cool.
in.
Yeah.
There it is.
We're not-
Well, even though he said he said what?
Yeah, Miller, Mickey's, whatever the fuck.
Whatever.
That takes me back, dude.
Whatever.
There it
I'm
is.
still gonna watch the show.
Hell yeah.
You gonna drink this warm ass Mickey's right now?
No, I'm gonna chill it.
Right.
I'm gonna chill it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got some
I
orange
have
juice
to
for
drink
you,
it.
too.
I
Yeah.
said I
But
would
he
drink.
did say, "Get the fuck out of here."
orange
not
little
to.
brass monkey, huh?
I drank the orange juice. Sorry. It was Donald Duck orange juice, by the way.
My favorite. Dude,
Yo,
that is the
That shit
bombest
is bomb as fuck.
fucking orange juice ever, dude.
Poop in the mail finally?
Yeah. Whatever.
It's a
After
thing.
orange juice.
All right, so
Really, you want to do that one right
yeah,
now? Okay,
fuck it.
okay, let's do
Sorry,
it.
a shit show.
Literally.
Yo, is this
just-
like
Did I gotta do that?
Let's make it a literal
Yeah,
shit
Marine
show.
Corps digital, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, here we go, Johnny. Take her away.
Yeah, all right. Well, you can send poop in the mail. It's legal, but you
No.
can't do it if it's malicious. But you can do it if it's a gag. And here's a website where you smart freedom fighters at home can order.
I'm hella
And you
mad.
get that combo pack at the
That's-
bottom.
that's what
you know?
I'm most intrigued
I feel like
about.
that's a good deal right there.
I'm most intrigued
You know,
about the
you get the
combo
combo pack?
Yeah, come on,
Oh,
man.
jeez.
What?
See,
It's
this
like
is
a-
why we exist, to bring this information to you people at home.
It's like a poop medley, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a nice.
Who in the fuck looked this up?
Well, I did, but Johnny told me to. Okay.
What the
Kind of heard
fuck?
about it, so I had to see if
Who
it
was
was
telling
real.
you about poop in the mail?
I don't know, the YouTube.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like them on
Internet?
Facebook, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Go on
Okay,
Facebook.
We have
okay.
to get you out of the fucking house.
If I like, it's my personal
Why?
Facebook is logged in. I'm not gonna like that on fucking Facebook.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, first of all,
I feel like
don't
that's
understand
racist
why
since they're
their
mostly
backdrop
African
is a
animals.
Elephant's ass.
All right.
Right?
Okay, I'll move it out of the way. There.
Yeah, dude. That was kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
Big old
And why is the gorilla poop
hunk of shit coming out of
because
his
it's harder to collect or what?
Maybe.
Is it
Can you get rhino shit?
I'm sure they're getting them out of the zoo.
Yeah.
I bet you can't get rhino
It
shit.
looks like we can only get the 4.
That's all this
I
company.
guarantee
There's
you-
other companies.
wait,
There's
oh
another
my God.
company for sure too.
And I guarantee you that they won't deliver to California.
You can order a fucking
You can
gallon
order-
of it.
So way I understood it is federally you
gallon?
could send it anywhere you
Oh,
want,
shit, a
as
quart?
long as it's not malicious. So if it's a gag gift, you can do it.
Well, hold on. So I can order a quart, a gallon, or what the fuck's a mega pack?
Well, it's a combo mega pack, obviously.
Yeah, but
So-
how
That's
much?
a lot of shit.
5 gallons of shit.
That's a lot
Like,
of shit.
How do you distinguish if they really sent you the
Yo.
right shit?
I know.
Like, is it just cow shit and
What if it's just some asshole in San Francisco
Oh, yeah.
picking up feces from the ground and
That's what I
sending
was-
it to everybody?
I was going to bring that up. I was like, or you
You're
just go to San
fucking
Francisco.
Mailman
Is that based out of San
and/or
Francisco?
Carrier delivery person
they say it's from the San Francisco Zoo, do they?
is gonna fucking hate you.
Oh, here's some customer
I'm sure it's-
testimonials. Look at that.
Oh.
We got some. We
Get
got some
the
happy.
fuck outta
We got some
here.
happy.
You guys are
people
welcome
here.
at home.
I can't.
Jeez.
Oh, we got coupons. we can get some coupons.
What is wrong with you guys?
What?
Take this shit off the screen.
Why? It is shit. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
Like literally,
It's
we're
poop,
done with
actually.
this
It says
segment.
poop.
Okay, well, take this poop off. We're done.
All right. Well, you guys are welcome.
No.
So there's that,
Sending poop
ladies
in
and
the mail.
10
gentlemen.
Off the
reasons to
list.
send poop. I want to know the 10 reasons.
Okay, look it up on your own time.
It'll be in the links below the.
One of them is for your ex.
Yeah.
You know, just
Dude, for
No,
sure.
that's malicious, and you probably
no,
go to jail.
no. If malicious as in harm.
Dude,
Oh,
imagine
Because I would put on there must
'Cause
be
they're
the
like
smashed
second
old.
reason to order is neighbor's pet craps on your lawn. So you go dump a 5-gallon bucket of fucking elephant shit on his lawn.
Dude, last minute gift for someone who has everything. Just a
Right?
box of
Hey.
shit. There you go, buddy.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Start tasting
Straight up
you
doo-doo.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right.
my
What
God.
else do we got? You
I'm
guys
br-
got
I'm-
other free talk? Kenny has that one from Florida.
I'm bringing my taser to the next show.
I got one too.
No, so we're gonna do.
Yeah,
some
that
Let's
real-
do a live tase.
No.
No,
Okay.
no, for God's sake. If you bring a taser, I know I'm getting fucking tased. So don't bring a fucking
I'm bringing a
taser.
taser.
Yeah.
God damn it. Nobody
Okay.
bring a taser.
Can we move to the video, please?
So Florida.
Which one?
The Florida one.
The Florida man? Well,
Yeah.
it's but not a good Florida man.
No,
So mostly
not at
Florida
all.
man stuff
Flirt-
is
Yeah.
pretty
Right.
funny.
Floridians.
A Florida man.
Yeah, well, most of the time the Florida man stuff is hilarious, but this is just
right,
tragic.
Yeah.
Kenny brought this up as a free talk, and I had Todd send this to me also this week, and me and Jamie know him.
Oh, a little shout out.
Yeah,
There you go,
so
Todd.
a little shout out to Todd.
a little bit
Grant?
of the. Oh, hey, Todd. Wait, big beard Todd?
You don't-
No,
you
different
don't
Todd?
know.
Oh, okay,
Different Todd.
my bad.
No beard
What up,
Todd.
No beard Todd.
Yeah.
So a little background on this. Man, his girlfriend or wife, I'm not sure, doesn't matter, his spouse, and their child went to a store. They were parked in a handicapped parking spot. A gentleman came over and confronted
In
the
the
wife
SUV.
while she was in the car by herself. The husband and the son were in the store purchasing candy for the son. And this is what happens when he comes out.
So there is an interview in here, so we have
Longton
to.
returned and
yeah.
shoved Drake
Oh.
into the ground. That's when Drake drew his gun and fired a single shot into McLaughlin's chest. He stumbled back in the store and collapsed in front of his son. A day
God damn it.
Damn.
Okay,
man.
so pause it right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's paused.
Wow.
Okay. So in Florida, they have a stand your ground law, which pertains to your house,
The Trayvon.
your car. No, I'm saying the definition of the actual law
Right.
states if you're in your house or car or vehicle, and you're confronted and you feel that you're being threatened or bodily harm will come to you, you have a right to draw your firearm and therefore eliminate the threat.
So not if you're walking on the street.
No.
No. That was what the whole Trayvon Martin thing was about. They said that was the stand your ground law, right?
So
He
the
was
only
walking
reason why is because it was in his neighborhood,
property.
and
Yeah,
it
private
was on
property.
his
Okay.
property. Yeah.
All right. I thought it applied to anywhere you're at stand your
No,
ground.
actually, it doesn't.
Didn't know
The
that.
funny thing about
Didn't
this
really care
is-
either.
So we'll let
Because
this
we're
play.
in occupied territory in California, we can't do shit,
Right.
so it doesn't really apply to us.
So we'll let this play a little bit more, and
Yeah.
then afterwards I'll talk about it some more. There's another case that kind of ties in with this that, well, I'll talk about it afterwards. So.
Okay, you want to hear what this
Yeah,
guy?
keep going.
So
Okay.
this is the
later,
chief of police.
Dallas County Sheriff declared he could not charge Drake. Criminal defense attorney Anthony Rickman says the fact that McLaughlin backed up after the shove raises concerns.
Yeah.
The question is at that point in time,
I noticed that
was
too.
there the possibility of imminent serious bodily injury or death of Drake? That
I say
justified
no when he
using
turns
force?
away.
Watching that video, I don't think so.
That's it. That's where
At
it
least
ends.
23 other states also
However,
have
yeah.
so-called stand your ground laws.
He might have done that
allowing
too
them
because he
to
pulled a
use
gun, but
deadly
still,
force
it's
against
still
an
proving that
attacker.
that deterrent
They all
worked,
say
right? And then he
victims have no
shoots.
Can you pause it?
Yeah.
So, really quick. So, the definition of it, once Draca pulled out his firearm, and even though the other gentleman was the aggressor when he came out and pushed him on the ground, once he took the steps back,
then he's not
Draca
an aggressor.
then became the aggressor in that
Right,
situation.
That's the way I kind of saw it.
Right?
Too.
That's the way I saw it too.
Okay.
The only
As soon
thing
as
is,
he's no longer a threat
Right.
once he takes a step back.
the problem with it is because it is a stand your ground state. Once the sheriff or chief or whatever he was came out and said that they weren't going to charge or arrest Draca, it kind of makes the case now even harder for the district attorney to go after him because there wasn't
The police weren't pushing it.
right.
kinda
The
thing.
police weren't kind of like giving probable
charging
cause
him.
for it,
Yeah,
charging him for it.
Yeah.
So pretty much, he
But the
kinda
DA
got
can
out.
always go after the guy, right?
Well, see, the hard thing is the DA has to prove that the police department was negligent in letting him go.
That's a fucking
yeah.
shit show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to
He's,
me it
he's
looked,
getting away with murder.
So
to me it looked like
kinda-
negligence.
Hey, so California is completely different. You're going based off like California law, and Florida was completely different
right.
down there. So he would have to be like, oh, the chief that we voted in
Got
was
a fly.
negligent.
Got a
And-
UFO.
Right. So
yeah.
So it makes it harder. We're not going to play the rest.
You know,
of
but the
video.
thing is, there should still be an investigation and due process. Somebody lost their life.
Yeah.
and that
over
should
a
always-
fucking handicapped
Right,
parking
Spot.
spot.
Yeah,
And
and he
it-
didn't even have to go there.
It
Like, he
should
just went
still
out to
be
her.
investigated by the DA, no matter if the police back it or not, because somebody lost their life.
Yeah.
It's not just an assault or a robbery or
So
something
now,
like that.
check this out. So probably it's like maybe 2 years now. You had a female in her home. Someone's breaking in her home. She lives in Florida. She has a firearm. She has a firearm. She has all her permits, everything to have that said firearm. Someone breaks into her home. She shoots a warning shot. Not shooting the guy. Shoots a warning shot.
That's stupid.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. We're
8
following
years
you.
in prison.
What?
Just for fucking discharging a firearm.
For
Yeah, that was
discharging a
stupid,
firearm.
but no, she shouldn't see any jail time
Florida?
in my opinion.
In Florida.
And she was in her own house.
She
But
was
she
in her
should
own
be
home.
charged with something. But I don't think she should see jail
Where's
time.
the
Should be discharging
fucking
it.
stand your ground law on that one?
Doesn't apply to her. You want to know why?
I would love to.
Because she's black.
Oh, come on.
Wah, wah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, true.
Dead serious.
Yeah, well, they'll push the laws on who.
Right.
Yeah. Look at who's to back up what you're saying is who's incarcerated more for drug possession and whatnot, right? Blacks.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And they did a study on it.
Yeah.
It's 25% of the time that Caucasian, male or female, is with the stand your ground, doesn't get charged. And if it's another race, not just black, any other race besides them, then it's a 75% conviction on that
Right.
person.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it's a little biased.
Yeah,
Just
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
That's
a little.
fucked.
A lot of it. All right. Anyone else have any free talk? You guys?
Fucking assholes. You guys see the Ninth District Court said we can carry, we can open and carry.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was through. Was it a Hawaii case
was
or something?
Hawaii.
It was through Hawaii,
It was,
but
but it's
the Ninth Circuit Court
is over us.
has jurisdiction over Washington,
California
Oregon, California, Nevada, Utah, and
Bukkake. Hashtag look it up.
and Hawaii. So
The fun state.
So they said that you can open carry, that it is not it is our right to carry.
I'm going to let
So-
you ride with that one first, Chris.
So we got it back.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes, we got it back.
Yeah, we'll see how that go. What happens from it?
It's they're already appeals.
Well,
So,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
real quick.
There's still more appeals.
That last story. Let's just be really clear about. So we all think that the guy was an asshole
Yeah.
that shot him.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
dude.
definitely,
he was way
definitely,
wrong.
Yeah.
He did not need to shoot that
Yeah.
guy.
He was way
so
wrong.
just so they understood, I just thought of that. Like we didn't. we're
He was
clear.
way wrong. The police were way wrong.
Oh yeah.
And so is the DA if the DA does not
Well,
investigate.
I feel like Kenny totally made that clear about the police.
Right.
We thought were wrong, but
yeah.
but yeah, we didn't really get what we thought.
Yeah.
So-
But the other thing here is the guy should never came out and pushed him.
Yeah.
Well, not only
sure.
that, but it adds to the other thing that we've been talking about. Mind your own fucking business.
Yes, mind your own business.
If you see a car's in a fucking disabled handicap thing and they don't have a placard or whatever it is that you need in Florida or anywhere else,
be a permit Patty instead and call the cops.
This is
be a little narc.
See, this is the extreme of the
then we can
permit
walk,
Patty.
Right,
and then that way we can watch.
This is the extreme of the Barbecue Betty. If Barbecue Betty had a gun and was confronted by somebody and felt like she was being
Barbecue Betty
and she pulled a gun out. Well, I'm just saying,
Barbecue
it's the extreme.
Betty
It's the extreme.
All of them niggas would have been dead at that Oakland Park if Barbecue Betty had a gun.
Yeah.
She would have shot that barbecue the fuck up.
This kid's selling water. Shooting the bottles of water.
Did you see her fake crying when the cops came? She would have shot every last one. Yeah. She would have shot everybody and reloaded and went back for double taps.
Fuck yeah.
These fucking people, I tell you.
Jesus, mind your own fucking business.
Man, for real.
Mind your own fucking business.
But anyways, back to the magazine thing, or the not magazine thing. The magazine bill passed too.
Oh yeah.
That passed.
But the carry permit.
Yeah, carry permit. That was pretty awesome. So the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals,
or we call it Ninth Circus, but they were right for once.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
and it's a really liberal court. So they don't normally vote the way of like the Constitution. Mostly, it's voted more towards statism,
control.
or
feelings.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
That's
with
where
I was trying to say.
Goody two-shoe feelings. Little emo.
So we got open carry back now. Do you guys know what that entails? Is it just like when it was the last time where you can't carry it loaded?
You know what?
Don't know yet.
All I know
the details yet.
Yeah, I didn't read any.
This just happened yesterday, right? I think it was
a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
No, it was yesterday.
Yeah. But you know where we can carry?
It was yesterday,
Jamie, and we can carry rifles underwater and shoot them, which we were talking about the Glock fishing.
We were.
And we were right about the what gun would shoot underwater. All right. Just want to bring it up to everyone.
Nice. Moving along.
Yeah.
Next.
You what? Who's in the mood? Jesus.
I'm going to move.
Rushing us along here.
So I have a couple questions about this before we move on. How far did the bullet go, and how effective
5 or
would
6
it be?
foot.
Hashtag look it up on your own
Probably only
time.
effective within a 2-3 foot range.
Hashtag look it up on your own
And
time.
how far did the other
6 feet? The Glock?
6 feet.
Yeah,
wow.
but he also
but he was right on top of the fish too.
I thought the Glock was further than 6 feet.
6 feet is what they said the effective range.
But he was only like 2 feet away when he shot those fish, right?
Yeah, but he said that the range was 6 feet on the video.
Fuck those fish.
Also,
that AK would fuck up some fish, dude.
Also, the guy that was in the ocean was using non-lead ammo, so I don't know what it was made out of. I mean, if you think about it, if it was made of some sort of polycarbonate or something, the muzzle velocity would be so much faster.
Right. Well, yeah, and he was doing that for a while. You know what I mean? So he's been like
perfecting
science, bro.
Science.
It was an experiment.
Okay, we're moving along. Let's go. God damn it.
Well, who's got the next one? Do you guys want to go to the freedom topic, or anybody something else they want to talk about?
Sure. Permits.
Freedom.
We're gonna do permits.
You need permits first? Okay.
Permits.
You need a permit.
Permits
to,
and licensing.
Talk about
right?
freedom.
Now, permits, right? What is a permit and what is a license, Chris?
A permit is permission from your state or local government.
Or overlords, we could say.
Or overlords. That allows you to freedom a little bit.
That doesn't allow you.
No.
You're right.
Because if you don't get your permit,
then you can't freedom.
You can't.
Yeah, I got you.
Then your freedom is stolen from you.
Yeah. So the way I like to see it is a permit or a license is a right that was taken away from me and then sold back to me.
Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner here, ladies and gentlemen.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah. So permit Patty. Who else? Barbecue Betty. Maybe not the burrito guy. That one didn't apply.
Do you have a permit for that burrito, sir?
But all these people are trying to just that we're getting complained. The one guy wants to go and have a fucking barbecue, right? So he needs a fucking permit, right?
He needs to get a permit to burn charcoal.
Right. This other kid is trying to sell water. Carbon. Come on, man. Like, you can't have a lemonade stand. You can't do anything without these permits, right?
Well, the permit is so that the government gets their cut of your profits.
Taxation is that.
Hey, wait, didn't we do another one with the chick? She got fired too.
Which one?
That one that was trying to report the Hispanic lady for selling stuff and the dude videotaped her. Or did I watch that on my own?
I think you watched that on your own. I don't remember that one at all.
We've only done Barbecue Betty, Permit Patty, Coupon Carl, and now Sidewalks.
And Burrito Bob.
Burrito Bob.
Burrito Bob.
Yeah,
This guy's eating a burrito on the train.
there was another one too.
Stop eating that burrito.
Well, do you want me to pull it up? I can pull it up.
No, it's all good, man.
Making the train stink.
So let's start. For example, take state parks.
Yep.
In order for you to camp in a state park, you have to have
Fire permit.
a fire permit, a vehicle permit, and a camping permit,
And a fishing permit if you're going to go fishing.
if you're going to fish. So
or hunting.
The government has programs. We all vote for bonds. So we vote for these bonds to take care of the parks, and
not James Bond.
I was going to say it.
James Bond.
I was going to say something.
I just got that. So we are already paying taxes or bonds to take care of our parks so that we could use them, right? Well, the government says in order for you to park in our park,
Hey, Mandy.
and walk on our trails, you have to pay X amount of dollars. So not only are we paying for these bonds, but we're also paying additionally for fucking parking and other bullshit. What's going on?
Keep going.
That was pretty much it.
He's having technical difficulties over here.
So in the case of say there's a state park with the lake on it. So now you're paying to enter the park. Not only that, but you're also paying for a permit to fish. And most of the county lakes and state lakes are stocked with state fish. So there's
GMO fish.
There's
where do they come
hatcheries.
from?
They're from California hatcheries.
Who pays for that?
We've already paid for those too.
How?
Through bonds and taxes.
You pay taxes?
We all pay
They're
taxes.
taxing my taint off, bro.
We all. Nigga, speak for yourself.
We all pay taxes.
I don't
the fuck
pay
outta
shit.
here.
So not only are we paying to use our state parks, we're also paying to fish in our state parks.
You are.
And if we catch any fish, they're state fish.
Well, and also when
grown.
you go to the park, right? A lot of time, not all the time. A lot of times you have to pay even to get into the park.
Yeah,
you
that's
got to
what
pay
I'm
for
saying.
Also
parking,
paying
right?
there as well, or the parking. Yeah.
Right.
Anything.
Yeah, or those little boxes that you have to pay, and then you put the little envelope of cash.
Or you pay for a campsite if you're going to stay overnight.
Yeah, the lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
They get you everywhere you can get you, right?
No, but these are all our parks. These are not the state parks. They're not
It's the people's
government's park. They're your parks and they're my parks.
It's the government's park.
Even if you go to a local park, say like in our town, you have to pay to use the park if you're going to have a party there. If you're going to barbecue,
Like
have
Jamie's
a party,
video.
you have to pay for. You have to pay for the site. Not only that, but if you're going to have music, if you're going to have any music or any entertainment, you have to hire security, and you have to go to the chief of police
next
in
week,
order to get a
I'm
fucking
going to hire
permit.
DJ you, Chris, and security Johnny. Jamie, I need some equipment.
Ooh.
I'll be the technician.
Not only that, but you like as a DJ, I have to carry $1 million of insurance.
Do you have that?
Of course I have it. I'm a DJ.
Oh, okay.
So you have to carry. You have to have.
We can
be
tear
insured.
up $1 million worth of shit and you'll pay for it because that's what's gonna happen at my party.
No.
Yo, what?
That's why I'm bringing my. That's why I'm bringing my speaker and my iPhone or my iPod. Little tiny speaker about this big. Anyway,
you're not getting paid.
And you're not getting paid.
So I mean, you have to, in order to even do any kind of event at a park, you have to have $1 million of insurance, and you have to prove that you have that before you could even do some of these gigs.
Is that only for the park, or is that for like a weddings and all that other stuff too?
Depending, I mean, some private venues require $1 million of insurance.
Wow, that's crazy.
But also
$100 million.
But state parks, like or at least our town and city parks here where we live, they require that.
Right. And then license,
Greedy
right?
sons
Licensing,
of
right?
bitches.
Yeah.
So why is it that you have to have a license? You own your car, you got to pay on that, right? You got to do all that shit. That's another end.
I have a
Try and get married.
So the funny thing about that is, so I was having a discussion at work with another gentleman. We were talking about this, and I don't think he's going to talk to me anymore after the discussion. About like your registration for your car.
Registration for your car.
That California is like one of the only fucking states that continues to like raise the price of like your registration.
The registration, yeah.
Yeah. So
Johnny, what the fuck are you doing over there?
I was waiting for somebody to say something.
I thought he was going to get triggered. He didn't get triggered. He played that off well, or he was like, is he for real?
Bro, you know how many kids I have? Like, that is...
I know.
You know how many kids he has, bro?
If you have kids, you're going to hear this stuff, right?
Yeah, I was just like...
I know, me too. I was just like, whatever.
I totally forgot that he was there. I went into parent mode and zoned him out. Completely.
It was just...
Cut your ass off.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just...
I feel like that was an insult.
It was just me, dude. It was just me. Like, I could hear it, and I started.
What's going for real?
I started watching him on the screen. I'm like, this motherfucker. He's just doing it on purpose.
You try to trigger Kenny, and you trigger Jamie.
The two guys with kids are just like, whatever. I'm also talking.
I was still listening.
I thought Jamie was getting on the phone. Hey, police! This guy's interrupting him on the podcast.
I should have.
But no, so he was saying that in Oregon, it's $35. Then that's all you pay.
Really?
Like when you buy your new car, you pay your registration up front, and it's $35 per year for 5 years. So you pay that when you buy your car. It's included in your car costs already.
Still theft.
Well, yeah. You know, but it is theft. And here's an example: you don't have to have a license.
Is it Tennessee, Jamie?
You do not have to have a license to operate a vehicle in California. As long as you don't leave the state, you don't have to have license and registration on your car. That is actual fucking...
Wait, what?
You do not have to have a driver's license.
I think my insurance company and the police department are going to disagree with you.
And license and registration. Yeah, license and registration if you do not leave the state.
So then what I get?
I don't think that's true. I've gotten tickets for that.
Yeah, I know. I know you've gotten tickets, but it's unconstitutional.
Oh. What in the fuck? So I could have fought that if I wanted.
You could have fought it. Yeah.
Is it for the?
It's every state.
No, I'm saying for the Constitution or for.
No, you have to be
for the California.
Well, here's the loophole. You have to be a free
sovereign citizen.
Yeah, a free sovereign citizen, meaning you give up your rights to citizenship.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see how that worked?
So it's a loophole. It's a loophole.
So if you remember earlier when we were testing this out and we watched that video of that girl.
Which one?
The girl.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was saying that. How did that work out for her?
Oh, the crazy one.
Yeah.
Not well.
Exactly.
Well, because they didn't know or understand the law fully. That's why.
Okay. So I'm all about freedom and everything. I love my freedom so much that I don't like going to jail. So
well, yeah, that's part of it, right? You follow the rules because you don't want the confrontation and the hassle, right?
I'm all for it.
I follow the rules because I've been in an 8x8 and I don't like it.
If I have to go to jail to defend my rights, I'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
I'll fight it.
So Chris, I totally understand that. What I always tell people, no, I totally agree with what he's saying. But for the people that don't want to do that, the key is actually just educating yourselves and then bringing that out into information, like to the internet, to your friends, and start spreading the word, right?
The best thing to do in that situation is don't fight the cops. Just
comply,
and then get a good lawyer or know what you're talking about or understand why you are saying no, and then present it in court, because then you'll win. You'll never win with the cop.
Never.
Because their job is to enforce the law.
Right.
That is their job. They don't know anything about loopholes and laws.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to roll your window all the way down, just enough to pass your.
Yeah. And they, and cops will do that thing. Oh, I can't hear you. You're gonna have to roll down your window.
Yeah, they always do that.
So whatever.
Am I being detained?
Yeah, and you can do that, but as soon as they start like telling you to get out of the car and want to arrest you, then things change.
People don't realize
then you might want
the police
to comply.
Only have like 6 months of training on the job, like in
they
school.
Ain't lawyers.
Yeah, they're not. You just need 90 credits, college
depending
credits.
On the department.
Yeah,
really.
You just need to graduate high school, have 90 college credits, and
go through the academy,
which is like 6 months and good credit. So,
yep, that's it.
So some of those guys out there are super fucking green, and they just know they're supposed to take you in or take you off the street.
If you look at most of the police officers, and I have friends that are police officers and family members, most of them are like people that either got like bullied or have like complexes to where they they think they have to prove something. Every once in a while you'll get one of those, like, but now they're leaning more towards like customer service friendly because of all the stuff that's going on or whatever. But yeah, but if you school a police officer on the law and know, like they were saying, like know your shit, then you should be good.
Yeah. So this also goes into the free talk.
Don't ride dirty anyway.
That you brought up.
Yeah.
With the carrying the guns.
Okay, so before we move into that, I wanted to say too, like with what Kenny just said, there is this kid that I worked with that is going to become a police officer, and he said it, and then afterward told me he was joking, but he said, "Yeah, I just can't wait till I'm a cop. That way I can be an asshole to people." And I looked, dude.
That is legit, like the main reason.
I know. I looked at him and I said, "Dude, I hope you're fucking kidding." I was like, "Please." I was like, "I have family that were police officers. Like, I don't. That's not what it's about, and it's not ever what it should be about." And he's like, "I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." But this kid's young.
Yeah,
he was like 20 years old.
Law enforcement officer.
I know, but it's
kind of an asshole.
That's fucked up, dude. Yeah, it's fucked up. I hope that he's kidding, and I wish him well. But I mean, it's just like
and there's a lot of good cops out there. I mean, I've met quite a few of them.
I hope that mentality fucking gets scrubbed out of him. You know,
kind of piss me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't feel like they understand what they're really doing.
If you're gonna go become a law enforcement, in my opinion, the best thing you can do is be pro-Constitution.
Yeah, watch Grim 86 Reverse podcast.
Not be pro-institution.
Cops out there.
After you get in the academy, though, not before.
Yeah,
because then you won't make it.
Yeah,
especially with poop videos and
maybe. Hey,
it just hardens them up.
You gotta let people know what the law is about sending shit in the mail, bro.
The future,
bro. Cake farts, bro. You gotta know about these things.
No.
Episode 5 is the standard, ladies and gentlemen. Watch it.
It's important to know what people are into, you know. All right, what else you guys got?
About the guns.
Yeah.
So the permit with carrying the firearms, right? So that's another thing. Why Constitution, right, means that we're supposed to, we should be able to protect ourselves.
Second Amendment.
So why do we have to have a permit to do that?
So the government knows who has guns.
Not only that, why is it that you
wants more money.
You get said permit, but then you have to pay again once you go purchase a firearm to have a background check. Well, I already have a permit that you already did this, so why am I doing it again for every firearm that I purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like they should have done it when you got the permit, right?
Which they did.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redundant.
Once they do a background check on you, they shouldn't have to run another background check. For the same thing.
But they do.
That's ridiculous. That's over.
And they charge
too much oversight.
Yeah. It's a $10 charge. The first time it's $35.
I think too.
Go ahead.
I think too that they do it at the time of purchase because who knows what you've done between the time you bought a last one or got your permit between the time you're buying this firearm.
That's what.
But 9 times out of 10, when you get your permit, you immediately then go buy said firearm.
Yeah.
So like if you think about it, say for example the ATF has all kinds of like fees, right? Those fees are meant to pay the ATF and those organizations to police things like guns. Just for example, I know a massage therapist. She got a letter in the mail saying that her licensing fee is going up so they can offset the cost of looking for the bad massage therapists who run like
the happy ending spots.
happy yeah, so they're charging.
So technically the good ones.
The legitimate people are paying more for a government agency to go after the people that are doing the shady shit. Yeah. Right.
You know who's going to incur that cost? The customer.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, it gets
passed on to the customer, right?
Yeah, I mean, but if a business is viable, they won't have to pass it on to the customer because they're making enough money.
And same thing with the gun stores. Yeah. The more that those regulations come in, the more that gets passed down to the cost.
A Glock in California costs you $700 as opposed to a Gen 3, where you can go to Washington or Oregon and get a Gen 5 because that's where they're at now for $300.
That's a separate issue.
Because it's overtaxed. We probably pay like 45-50% tax on that weapon.
Not sure.
I'm sure we
do.
Ridiculous.
On that tool as well.
On the tool.
Sure.
So
hashtag ghost guns.
So basically what the permits do and licensing fees is to expand government. That's all it does. It just makes more fucking government.
Why do you have to pay $200 and some to get married?
That's what I want.
Get government
I got married
out of the bedroom.
I got married in December, and we paid a fucking crazy fee for somebody to say 15 words to us. And I mean, basically, we could have signed a piece of paper and walked out of there without anybody saying anything.
It's none of their fucking business.
Yeah, for someone to say, by the power vested in
You're
me,
now
the state of California.
Exactly. Yeah.
By the state of California, you're married.
And that's the thing. By the state of California, you are married.
Oh,
by the state of California. That's what we paid for.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
I would have did it for $5.
Yo, the best thing is just have a friend do it.
$5.
No, it wasn't even. Even if we didn't do the ceremony in the courthouse, you still have to pay the license fee to get married.
Mm-hmm.
The license itself is $200,
and that's for a marriage certificate, right?
Right.
No, that's for a marriage license.
Yeah, that's the marriage license. I think the certificate is another fee.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, dude. For two people who are in love with each other to be together.
Once you do that, it ruins the whole relationship.
It does not behoove you to get married financially. Like, Jesus Christ. Well,
No.
I guess later on in the tax
no, it really
situation.
doesn't because
it doesn't.
Because now we're paying double taxes.
Right. Yeah,
because we're a 2-income home.
But I get write-offs.
No, you don't.
That's what I've heard.
Just stop paying fucking taxes.
That would be the best thing.
Fucking random.
Word.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to the gun thing real fast. Like, you shouldn't need a permit. Alaska doesn't have them. You can carry concealed. I mean, I don't see why people have to have a permit. Well,
because the kids.
Yeah.
The kids.
Children.
The kids because of the kids.
What do you guys what do you guys think of open carry as a concept?
Down.
Fucking awesome.
A lot of people don't like it. Even gun people.
Really quick,
but I'm down.
The first time I've ever experienced open carry on like a massive scale in my life, I was in Oregon and I was in a restaurant and I was like, I think I was 19. I was up in Oregon.
Okay.
I'm in a restaurant and I'm like there with someone that I was with at the time and their family, and I'm sitting there and I'm just looking around. I'm like, tap her dad, and I'm like, everybody in here has a fucking gun.
Hell yeah.
And he's like,
That's
well,
normal.
yeah, like that's normal here. And I was like,
That's
this
awesome.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So here's the reason why I think a lot of gun guys are against it is because if you have a gun on your hip and somebody's in an area where they're going to try and do something shady, you've just made yourself the first target.
You have the element of surprise on your hand is what they always say.
You do if you carry concealed.
Now,
open carry, you're going to be the first target because you're a threat.
A lot of tactical people tactical schools and whatnot will say, if you have the choice, do it concealed so you have the element of surprise on your side.
On your aggressor,
However, if your state only allows you to carry open, it's better to do that than have no firearm.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, that's the way I always look at it.
90% of the people who carry are carrying in populated areas where there's not going to be like shady shit going on and somebody's not going to try to disarm you.
You mean non-populated areas?
No. Populated areas. If you're carrying out in public, then it's populated areas.
Yeah.
People aren't, I mean, normal people aren't going to come try to disarm you for carrying a weapon.
No. We're not saying they're trying to disarm you. We're saying that if there is a situation that arises, you would be the first target because you do have a firearm on you.
Well, that's why you're carrying now, right?
Well, no, but we're saying that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are gun people don't like open carry.
Right.
They would rather have concealed carry.
But I'm saying, like, in general population, like from day to day, if you have a gun on your hip, nobody's gonna bother you. People aren't gonna.
I see your angle.
Yeah. And I guarantee this is what will happen if everybody open carries. If everybody does, people will start being polite as fuck to each other.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Because that town that I was in had like a zero, like their crime rate was so low because of that.
Right.
And I was
like
just
Wisconsin.
I was shout out to
everyone.
Wisconsin.
Always acts like it's going to be the high noon scenario,
Right.
like the Wild West.
We're
all going to start killing each other.
You cut me off. It's showdown in the middle of the
there's
street.
still like all these laws on the books. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, people will just start being nice to each other.
Yeah. So, anyways, permits bad, licensing bad. Let's have a little bit more freedom.
Too much government's bad.
Yeah.
Open carry, okay.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Open carry if you can, asshole.
Containers.
Oh, I'm fucking putting that one there.
Yeah.
I'm
all
doing
right.
it.
So, I think
humor?
are we good on the license and permits? And,
I think that was.
Yeah. All right, we got that. Speaking of guns, like we got that. What's it called? Tactical video trainer.
Okay, yeah. So this one,
yeah.
this is a video that was talked over by the Aussie Man Reviews.
Great videos.
And I can only find it on Facebook, so we're just going to have it here on Facebook. And
can you expand it?
I can. Yeah, I think so. Let me see.
You just click on it, right?
I think I can kind of.
There you go.
Nice. Okay.
Let's get it.
Okay, so
first of all,
this is the
his fucking shins.
This is This is Aussie Man Reviews Elite Combat Training.
His clothes don't even fit him.
Maybe he just has really big knees, bro.
Jesus. Look how baggy his pants are, and he just looks so sloppy.
Here we go.
Dude, his shoes aren't even tied.
You guys ready?
Go.
Training day, here we have an elite combat gun guy, and he's teaching other people to become elite combat gun guys. He shows you how to fluently swing your hips. That's impressive. Now he's ready to fire. He moves forward, goes down to one knee, and then does a turbo run out of the right. That was fucking
turbo run, bro.
This truly is some soldier.
Oh, get down! God damn!
Shit. Look at that. He fucking goes down onto his back, repositions, and then fires off some shots.
Almost shoots his foot off.
He almost shot his foot off.
You see that?
Go
that
back.
was crazy, dude.
Can you go back real quick?
You don't always have to kill everyone.
That's okay. You don't always have to kill everyone.
There's like 5 shots
Suppressive fire, bro.
right in front of his feet.
Oh shit, look at that. He fucking goes down onto his back, repositions, and then fires off
Oh,
some
not that bad.
shots
It did look like it was
close, man.
I think it's the muzzle
any of the targets,
report.
He sure is making a lot of dust.
You don't always have to kill everyone.
The dirt in front of him.
A lot of discomfort in the combat
Yeah,
zone.
I showed that
If you were
dirt
out
10
there,
feet
you'd be
back
like,
up.
I got
Back
fucking
up.
sand in my eyes. I'm bloody freezing debris and dust. And
He
he's
kicked
out
up
of
the
ammo.
dust in his eye.
Shit, that's okay. No, that
That's
was,
okay.
that was
Operator.
Good. I reckon he won.
He didn't even assess. He won. He won against the dirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up there for just seconds. People can see who did that one. You guys really, if you haven't seen this guy's fucking stuff, you really need to check it out.
Yo, and
Funny videos.
he just doesn't review just like tactical stuff.
No.
He does like
gymnastics.
I found him
Sports.
on IG on doing a basketball game. It was fucking hilarious.
He did there's a show in Brazil where these chicks are like naked or whatever, and they're like trying to.
Of course, you would know some shit.
Well, they're not naked. They're in bathing suits, right? And they're like in the slippery pool of whatever oil, and they're trying to make these baskets. And the game has
like a Vaseline.
Yeah, it has no like point to it. The point is there's naked chick or
I'd like to see this
hashtag
video.
Freedom Lube Pool.
And he's doing a review on it, and it is
Copyrighted.
fucking hilarious, dude.
Freedom Lube is copyrighted.
I need to find out what show that is.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it to TJ.
Thank you.
Maybe we can do it
for
next show.
research. For research.
research purposes.
Got to do research.
Science, bro.
Research
Fucking
purposes,
science, bro.
And be advised, Freedom Lube is copyrighted. So
yeah,
it is. That's
intellectual property of Grim 86 Freedom First.
Yeah, try it if you want to.
All right, breaky poo.
We keep our lawyers on the chain.
Let's do it.
Let them loose.
Yeah, we're pretty close to an hour here. 59 minutes in. So
all right.
Okay,
we'll be back in a
sec. We'll take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
I have to piss so bad.
Kenny has table issues.
No, I'm fixing my cue card.
It's got table manners.
Hey, you shut the fuck up and drink your drink down there.
Oh yeah, I actually got to fucking. I am gonna drink that actually because I said that I would when we were on the show, and I got to be a man of my word here. Yeah. We are back, folks. Thanks again for bearing with us. We're on to the second half of our show here, and while I get my drink ready here, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna show you a video here.
Yeah, get this this video queued up.
That looks like it's gonna get warm.
Come with me if you want to live.
Fucking A, dude.
Terminators in Russia, bro.
I'm going to turn off the sound, though, because we don't really need it, because it's got captions on it.
Look at this bad boy.
Yeah, whatever Russia does, we'll do it 10 times better. But that is pretty dope.
Ooh, Glock. Yeah, you're all, as I say that. You're all that. Oh, look at push-ups, bro. 0. That wasn't a real push-up.
0. Look, he can work out.
Oh, it drives. Fuck, man.
Here it is.
Have you seen this
I said
boy?
I'd do it.
Need the motorcycle cop version, though.
Dude, all he needs is skin.
Ooh,
man.
2 guns. Dual wielding. That's easy for me to
look,
say.
he's going to take over a concrete
damn.
work.
It's been a while, Kenny. Jesus Christ.
Oh, we need a paintbrush.
Nobody can do what I do.
Right.
Not a fucking robot for sure. Yeah,
dude, look at this fucking thing.
I've seen an elephant paint with his trunk.
Dude, that's fucking,
knuckles.
That's
why do you
terrifying.
think I'm a painter? Because it's so easy. I don't even have to think.
Wow, look at this.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I think that shit's cool.
It's cool,
but,
but
imagine that motherfucker kicking down the door to your fucking house.
Yep.
Well, I guess then when you see it walk, you're like, okay.
It's like, you guys seen that movie Elysium?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, they already have fuck robots. Why not fuck the ones that actually do something?
Look at this. That's an exoskeleton. Look at that shit. That's like some Call of Duty bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
they have
real.
Those. Yeah.
That's real.
Tony Stark, watch out.
Dude, I don't know.
That's pretty crazy,
That's
bro.
fucking nuts.
That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. It's kind of terminating.
It's kind of scary, dude. Imagine if they put AI on that thing and it decides that it's gonna.
That's where they're going.
Be alive,
That's where it's headed.
Johnny 5.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Yeah. It's alive.
Robot Wars coming soon.
Matrix.
Do you guys remember Robot Jocks?
That sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
It's a movie from the 80s. They were robots that fought, and like you were a robot jock pilot.
Can't quite.
They used to do that thing, like there was an iconic moment where they go crash and burn, and they would fucking bump knuckles.
I can't. It's so familiar, bro.
Oh, dude,
it's right there. Though.
Robot Jocks, dude.
I do know what you're talking about.
Straight up, though.
What was that movie with Hugh Jackman where they were doing fucking robot fighting?
First of all,
what?
Hugh Jackman.
I can't even believe you brought that fucking movie.
What movie?
What, Robot Jocks?
No.
It's
the
like
one he's talking about.
Oh.
Hugh Jackman.
It's like a story about this kid. He finds this robot in this junk thing, and they're like betting on them boxing instead of like humans
it's like
boxing.
underground
it's like
robot
robots.
fighting and shit.
Chris.
Hugh
Sounds
Jackman.
horrible.
Real Steel?
It is.
Yeah.
Real Steel, yeah. Real Steel.
And
It is.
Hey, it was.
I didn't say it was good.
Yeah, no, I know you didn't. I'm just like, it sounds horrible.
I'm just saying, robot fighting.
Wow.
Interesting.
You guys, I can't believe you've never seen this movie.
They don't fucking have kids, Chris, so no.
It's a kids movie?
But still, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a kids movie.
It's a kids
but
movie.
it's sci-fi. It's robot fighting.
No, it's not. It's a kids movie. And it was fucking horrible.
It's robot fighting, guys.
robot fighting.
It's like the little fucking
Hugh Jackman
in the
should
80s,
stab
the little
himself
fucking
with the
robot
Wolverine
guys.
claw.
Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, your head pops
Dude,
off.
I had a legit pair of Rock'em Sock'em robots. I got it for Christmas one year. It was fucking red versus blue, man.
Do you still
Yeah.
have it?
No, I don't still have it. No.
You know how much that would be worth now?
Probably a fucking small
No,
fortune.
he wouldn't have had the original ones anyway because he's a baby.
That's
No, they
true.
were the
That's
original
true.
ones.
No, they weren't. Trust
Not
me.
the original.
Not the- yeah.
Yo.
our original.
Not the OG old.
They're talking about the 1960s versions when they were kids.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 54.
Because they're
I was
both
born in
middle-aged men.
75. Come
First
on,
of all,
man.
fucker, you're older than I am, so fuck off.
That's none of your business.
I mean, dude, the reason why I think they were is because like I got them in like probably like 88 or 89
No,
or
they
something.
came out like in the 70s.
It wasn't the original.
Oh, they did. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But it's still the
78.
same kind of shit.
Yeah, I think through the 80s was still
Hungry Hippos.
early.
Yo,
80s.
that game was dope.
Yeah, I liked it back in the day.
We're on games now and toys.
I guess.
I'm
Well,
fine. We can.
Rocket
Let's
This
run
is
this.
the Freedom First
Let's run
podcast. Freedom of speech.
It
bro.
is. Okay, before we do it, before we forget it again, let's get our shout outs in. I want to thank Valerie once again for Sidewalk Susie because we really needed that one.
Yeah.
I want to thank my buddy Justin for showing me a new show that I haven't ever seen before that I really like. It's called Letterkenny. I'll talk to you guys about that later.
I know.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
I'm in love with it.
You writing letters, kid?
Yeah, I'm an executive producer on that.
Yeah, Letterkenny.
So I got a shout out for Baby Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
There
said
you
we
go.
didn't give him a shout
I
out.
think we did.
I think we did, but
We haven't.
so let's talk about Joe for a second. Just the coolest, nicest guy
Yeah.
I ever met. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm
he's a
not
nice
even
guy.
not even joking. This guy is a sweetheart. Really nice guy. Joe, thank you for watching our podcast.
His sister.
Arlene.
Not so
Hi, Arlene. Love
Meh.
you.
Shout out
Bud
to
Light
Arlene.
sucks.
She happens to be best friends with my wife.
Huh? Sorry for
Yeah.
sorry for her loss.
Also, shout out to Shelly. We're gonna show a video that she sent me, but we're not gonna do that right now.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Who else got shout outs?
Anyone else got shout outs?
Shout out to the fucker that bought the lotto ticket yesterday over there.
Whoa,
in East
San Jose.
Yeah. Shout out to
Motherfucker.
you. Make sure you do right.
I think that was motherfucking Jones who did that.
So shout out to buddy Robbie for leaving us that nice 5-star review
5-star
on
review.
our
Yeah.
Facebook page. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
once
really cool.
again, if you comment and you are one of the first 10 people to comment in this episode, you will be getting
Last
something.
episode.
Last episode.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
Yeah.
So go watch episode 8. Leave a
Comment.
comment. First 10 comments will be receiving something. So it's pretty nice, dope little project.
So pause this video and go to that video and comment, and then come back.
And then come back and finish watching.
Make sure you watch all the videos.
Like, subscribe, share. Yeah.
Share.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Smash that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when we are putting out new content, which we do weekly.
Ding, ding, ding.
Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to show your fucking freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frickin' freedom.
Frickin' freedom.
Frickin' freedom. All right. Moving on to our very first video.
Yeah.
You want to do that now, or are we going to do
our video of
our
the second segment?
Our first video of the second segment. Yes.
Terminator was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Sorry,
anyway,
we're throwing you under the bus right now.
This is by via Shelly. Thank you, courtesy of Shelly.
Hey, I'm gonna put both of them over there.
So there's a fire going on north of us. And it's
off of 101.
Yeah, off of Highway 101, off of the 101.
Well, those of you that don't know, it's a freeway or highway in Northern California.
Yeah.
Well, it goes from Northern California to Southern California. But
so yeah,
we're somewhere off of it.
This is like close to where we live.
Yeah, so I mean, and just to sort of tie all into this, in case y'all didn't know, California's on
it's
fire.
Right by my friend John. Shout out to John.
All the time.
What up, John?
It's right by his house.
Have a couple beers for us.
Yeah,
California's what now?
It's fucking steamboat.
California's on fire.
California's on fire all the fucking
Burning.
time. So here we go. We got a couple of videos. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna hit the sound on that. Holy
so
shit!
You can see the fire going on.
Yeah, we can cut the sound on that though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Burn, baby, burn.
And you can see there's structures around. There's houses back there.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of the Johnny's friends lives in that area.
Yep.
Really, really close to that. So our prayers go out to that family.
Here's the second video.
Structures on fire right now.
Yeah, this is cool. Check that shit out. The Bore bomber chopper.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Well, it's probably not even Bore. I think they just filled those up in a lake.
It's
they just
it's
dipped
a
those in a lake.
CDF one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but they had the plane out there. The Bore plane was out there, though.
Man.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
And there was a fire a few weeks ago that killed 3 horses back in Morgan
Hill?
Back behind Morgan Hill somewhere.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's really dry out in California right now. So
so if you smoke, asshole, do not throw your cigarettes out the fucking window.
Campfires,
and if you're going to freedom with fireworks, be responsible.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, don't destroy other people's
Because a couple weeks ago, the fire that was in the hills over there was because of fireworks.
Yep.
Right.
Which is just by that one.
And that's the same fire that killed the 3 horses.
Right.
See, this goes to the non-aggression principle. You can have as much fun as you want. Just don't harm other people's property or other people or animals, anything like that.
Just be responsible. Don't
be responsible, man.
Yeah.
But we love you guys.
Should we go into our second topic? I just pulled a Christian.
Anybody got a freedom topic?
This is our first topic of this.
So let me take a look at my book here, because I had some cool stuff that I wanted to get into before we get into our next freedom topic, because that's going to run long. I know that for sure.
So the free talk thing, I have something really quick. I think it's in September, maybe October. President Trump is having a parade.
The military one. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
$12 million parade.
Get the fuck out of here. Taxation is theft.
Man.
Like that couldn't go somewhere else? That money?
Yeah, for real.
I wonder how it makes the military feel. Like military guys. If they're proud,
they're probably divided on it.
They're gonna have a parade out.
Oh.
There it is.
Speaking of the California freeway.
Yeah, so this is
the same fucking highway.
This is how we're dealing with the heat in California.
This is Highway 101.
God damn it, San Jose.
That's how we're doing
Anytime it reaches over 75 degrees, this is what happens.
Getting these immigrants from
this is what happens.
San Francisco coming in.
Is that a Google bike?
It probably is.
Yeah, I just wanted, that was one of my free talks. I just wanted to bring that up.
Just show that.
Yeah.
That's how we're dealing with the heat here in California.
How is that comfortable? How?
They caught him though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's not.
I heard he made it to like a Starbucks and tried to go into the Starbucks naked. Yeah. San Francisco, by the way, has
it's a clothing optional community.
Clothing optional
so
community.
is Santa Cruz. But Santa Clara County is not, people, so don't try that shit at home.
Yeah, my hometown is definitely not, so don't come around here with your dick swinging.
Yeah. And it's always people you don't want to see.
Yeah, right. It's never a hot dude.
Balls slapping because it's so hot. Okay.
Did you say it's never a hot dude?
Yeah.
All right, so
Like who? Like who?
I don't know. Maybe like Brad Pitt riding his bike or something. I mean, come on.
Wait, hold on,
man. Brad Pitt's the easy one, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
That's my number one,
Name
bro.
something else. Name somebody else.
No, that's my
How
number
about like
one.
a George Clooney or something?
No one
No?
wants to see that old ball shit.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Okay, that was actually that was a shout out to my boy Nate. He's never gonna watch this, but that was a shout out to my boy Nate.
What's up, Kenny? Who's your number one?
No, I don't fucking have a number one.
John Stamos.
You guys are out of control.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
See,
Step Brothers, right?
I tried to sign Kenny up for those websites, but it said his
he's blocked user.
no,
You've already had some experience with him visiting those sites.
It said it wasn't available because it was being used. His
his email address.
Oh shit!
An account already exists under this email account.
That's a motherfucking lie.
Hashtag fact checker. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Geez.
All right.
So,
how's that 40 doing?
dude, it's been a while.
Oh.
And this fucker's kind of kicking my ass. I'm not gonna lie. I said
That's
I'd drink
real
it, though.
shit.
I'm a man of my word.
That's because it's some real shit.
That's
not
some real.
that-
that's like
this is,
5.3% alcohol
This
in
is
it.
some fine malt liquor, is what it says.
I'm telling you, it's like 5.3%.
It is not beer.
Like your average like Bud Light or something, or probably even your what do you drink?
Miller.
Your Miller is probably about 3.5.
It's 2.7.
2.7. There you go.
No, they're higher than you guys think. They're higher than you think.
No,
Like,
they're-
even Coors Light's like 4 or
You're just a
5.
That's
lightweight.
5.3. That's
I know,
That's pretty.
But I'm
pretty
saying
healthy.
they're higher than you think. Coors Light's like 4 or 5.
2.75 for Miller High Life.
Is it good? Then I'm a cheap date. What do you want from me?
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you surprisingly that was cheap.
How much was that?
They're like
How much is
$2.89, I think, is what they are.
It was
plus tax.
$2.12
Really?
And
Out the door?
out the door.
Damn! You give me a run for my
I
fucking
almost
money.
bought you two, but I was
It's like
like,
a
Nah.
$1.89.
but he's got to get it home. So
Yeah, I'd be like, I'll be slumped over the fucking keyboard. I'd count 240s in an hour.
we don't need you naked riding down. The
Hell yeah, we do.
That will be
Yeah, Jamie, you should have been the one riding the bike.
my
It's
fucking-
better.
Hey,
Come on now.
head out
We
the
don't need you
sunroof.
naked operating
Yeah,
the
right.
computer.
Riding down the freeway yelling, American Steel!
Freedom! I believe in freedom.
The crazy thing, that was my go-to in high school.
American Steel?
I had a Mickey's phase. I did.
No, the
I think
Mickeys.
everybody did.
I had a Mickey's phase. Actually, what I usually grab if I'm grabbing something out of the 40-ounce section is the only thing Anheuser-Busch has in the 40 section, and that's the King Cobra.
Oh, God.
No.
Is that still around?
Yes.
So I went from
Can
Mickey's
confirm. It is still around.
to Tanqueray.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's a rough transition.
Yeah, I graduated from Mickey's straight to Tanqueray. So I used to do the big gold cups, Tanqueray, and then
All the
orange juice
homies?
for color.
All the homies would drink Purple Passion.
Wait, Tanqueray, is that the gin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, I actually like gin. I think gin tastes like Christmas to me. It's got like a piney.
Yeah,
It's got like a piney flavor.
floral
Yeah.
taste to it. Yeah,
I like gin. I'll drink.
Yeah,
it.
it's because of the cast that they keep.
It's made from juniper.
All right, you guys are gin making me
Junipers?
crazy.
Yeah.
Let's move
Okay.
along.
Oh, now
Okay.
you want to move on?
All right, so here we
Had
go.
to be some
I do
shit.
have.
I was just kidding.
I just said gin making me crazy, and no one caught that?
No,
That was for Jamie, too.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, we don't have to move on.
I'm
Wah,
sorry.
wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So I have one topic that I'm going to bring up that's going to be open for debate because I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be said. Let me kind of ramble on this for a minute.
Okay.
This is going to be about having women in the front lines of the military. Now, this is going to be controversial because I'm going to say that, in my opinion, everyone should be allowed equal rights, equal service, equal pay, all that sort of stuff, and we should allow the choice to be made to do what they want as a career, people in general, right? However, I want to also state that from my understanding, the front lines of the military are where some of the most like malicious things can happen, not only from the enemies, but from people on your same side. So that being said, what do you guys think about having women in the front lines of the military?
I don't see a problem with it. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Regardless of your gender or whatever, I mean, you're getting the same kind of training.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's if that's what you feel you need to do, then I'm all for it.
I don't really have a real big problem with it. I feel like if they can pass the same test with the same standard as a man can, then I'm good with it. Like, I don't think they would, most of them would be able to pull off some of the special operations or any of the special operations stuff. And I think they've tried, and there's like not really a big success rate of that. But I mean, if they can pass, I don't know if I'm really against it. I mean,
so the crazy thing is Russia and Germany have had women
and Israel too, right?
Well, no, I'm saying like in actual like
special operations.
Yeah, and in the war, like there is a full-on decorated,
right. So like
Russian
as
sniper.
far as the front lines go, I have no problem with it.
Right.
What I'm saying is, once you get out of the infantry and you're starting getting into the special operations community, that's when I have a problem with it, because if they can't do the same,
well, no, that's what I was saying.
Then,
so like Russia has like a full-on decorated female special forces that's a sniper.
Yeah, once a month they're just real shitty mood though.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that either.
So I know Venezuela, and I know like some parts of Africa, there are freedom fighters, and most of them are women.
Well, yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I mean, but to go back to what Jamie was saying, there's a lot of heinous shit that happens on the front lines, and
spell it.
Well, I mean, like for example, like rape. I mean, there's.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I was saying because you said heinous.
Heinous. H with an anus.
H anus.
We're trying to be fucking serious here, and that's
so. And that's my only problem. Whether it comes from the enemy side or our side, and we know there's stuff like the Geneva Convention that doesn't,
that we're not following.
That nobody follows during wartime. So, I mean, if you're a woman, it really should be your decision whether or not you're willing to give your life or give your body to
the state,
to basically for our freedom or whatever
allegedly,
it's whatever lie they tell you.
Yeah. And the reason why I was bringing that up is because absolutely, as a right, everyone should be able to do whatever they want. Yeah. Okay. Now the thing I'm most worried about is like and this is me really like thinking the worst of people, but if you're overseas, you're in combat, you're stationed around with a bunch of dudes who are away from other women, and you're the only one there, all of a sudden, like you can't deny the fucking animalistic nature of men. Like there's a real fucking danger there, is what I'm trying to say.
But here's the thing, though, that already goes on already.
But what I'm saying is like, why then put yourself in that position?
But no, you have women in the military that aren't on the front lines, but that just serve.
They still are in the front lines. They're just not like
that. Still happens.
Fighting. Yeah. That still happens, man.
Okay.
It's just not prevalent in the news to where it's not a good news story.
I don't think there's like a exorbitant amount of rapes going on in the military. No. I don't believe that.
There is. Look it up. We have buddies in the military and have family in the military. It happens a lot.
Yep.
A lot more than people think.
Also, there is one other angle, too, is I've talked to a lot of military guys, and some of them have a problem with the fact that they get shot, who's carrying them out?
Yeah, true.
So if you don't have someone carrying you out that can carry you out, like...
Well, that's why there's standards, right?
Well, yeah, but that's not...
Put it this way. If we're all on a fire team and I get shot, it's going to take all three of you, if not more.
Yeah. I'm not carrying you out by myself.
We tried that.
That's why we hire people like Jamie.
Work. Yeah. We tried it in one of our training classes, and it did not go over well whatsoever. I just was left behind.
So what's the difference if 3 women have to carry you out versus 3 guys?
No, I'm telling you, the 3 guys couldn't fucking carry me out, so there's no way.
Yeah, but he wouldn't meet the standard anyway.
Right. I'm obese.
He's big.
I'm ginormous.
Most guys are built more like the Jamie size over there.
I couldn't be in the military. One, I'm too big of a fucking target.
AKA tank. Yeah. We just hide behind him.
Anybody next to me is a target also. Yeah.
So anyways, it's just something to think about. A lot of people have talked about that.
Yeah, that was one I wanted to bring up. I wrote down a bunch of shit. I haven't really got to cover any of it, so I just wanted to bring that one up.
You should talk more.
Yeah,
I should talk more.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
I don't have a problem with the women in the military at all.
I don't either. I think it's I think everybody should serve. if you
want to,
if you're young, if you're in like that young stage and you don't really have direction in your life, I think the military is good plan for you. I see. I have a different perspective.
Okay, keep it to yourself.
All right. So we good on this one?
Bootlicker.
Yeah, I'm good.
You. Eat a dick.
Fucking statist motherfucker.
Do whatever. Hey, now you know how it feels like. I get it all the time from you.
Oh, it's cry hour over here on the Jamie corner.
My blue line's strong shit.
Oh,
Chris and Jamie won't be back next week.
And they're picking on me. And, officer,
I bought you a new bottle. Just drink your baba.
I am drinking it. Goddammit. Yeah, I won't be here next week.
baba.
It's just going to be a black fucking screen. That's all you guys are going to see. They're going to figure out how to get the mics working, and that's going to be it.
Yep. That record button's tricky.
It's hard.
All right, so we good on free talk till the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to talk to you offline about some merch, Jamie.
Copy that.
Oh.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and you guys ready for Freedom Topic number 2?
The Federal Reserve.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the Fed. Hashtag and the Fed.
Can you pull up the graphic?
Oh, yeah. That's how we want to start.
Hey, pull up the graphic. Hey, we got graphics.
Pull up the
this
graphic.
one. Oop, nope. Don't do it
Not
like
the
that.
ghost gun
Don't do
shit.
it like that.
Not your personal porn collection.
Don't worry about my personal. You know what? Have you been looking through my computer?
Bruh.
Freedom.
There it is.
Your box of porn?
Good, Jamie.
I sincerely believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. Excuse me. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs.
And this takes us right into the Fed. The Federal Reserve is no longer not federal, or is it a reserve?
It's a private banking institution.
Yeah, to quote one of my favorite shows about this, Zeitgeist, it's about as federal as Federal Express.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking Zeitgeist.
So I'm going to start us off. I'll start us off a little bit.
Go
I have a
easy.
little bit of history
Background?
here and background.
You got a lot of background on this one.
The Federal Reserve. So the Federal Reserve was basically kind of brought about after the Constitution was signed. We needed a way to have a national currency. So we didn't want to use the shilling anymore or the pound, which was British currency. So we came up with a standard for coinage.
What was it called? It wasn't the Federal Reserve. What was that called?
Coinage. I like that.
Oh, so basically it was just started out as a U.S. mint.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the U.S. mint, where they first started not printing money but actual coins.
Coinage.
So
sounds like a Pauly Shore thing that he would say. Some coinage, bro.
Yeah, wheezing the juice.
And it was actually called the Coinage Act of 1792.
Oh, 92.
Yeah, is when the first coinage was founded in Philadelphia, which was at the time the capital of the United States. For those of you that did not know that. So they started making coins. So they had people bring in their silver, their gold. And for the first year, they didn't charge you anything to have your
the gold bullion.
Your bouillon.
What they put in the soup.
Right. Yeah. So your bouillon
goes into the soup and it makes a
exactly kind of makes it taste.
No, not those little cubes that you put into water to
We're
make
talking
soup.
about gold bricks, baby. Come on,
I totally
Johnny.
thought all this time money was a soup.
Come on, Johnny. So they would take their gold and silver and deposit it into banks, and the banks would give them a receipt.
No. That was way before that.
He's even before that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they would you would take your gold and your silver and they would stamp it down into actual coins.
Oh, make it official.
Okay.
So they would
weigh
make it official. They would weigh it. So for every 15 pure ounce of silver, you got one gold coin. So it was 15-to-1 ratio, basically. So it would take 15 ounces of what they call back then pure silver to make the equivalent of one gold coin.
And that was worth $1, right?
No. So there were no dollars then.
Oh, okay.
So it was just coinage.
So what was the monetary value of it?
So the actual monetary value
was
of it
by the gold standard at that time,
gold
right?
standard at that time.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever gold was going for at that time, that's what
But the market fluctuates, correct?
Right. So the market back
the market kind of does the thing on the graph, not so much this
right.
ocean motion, but more of this thing
An
on
actual
the graph.
kind of what I was
it's usually a red line that the
up and
market
down.
So
yeah.
back then the standard was based
grid.
off of the Spanish dollar,
science.
right?
Right.
So that's exactly where we got dollar from. They took it from Spain.
Okay.
So it wasn't until
The French are always coming up with weird shit like that. It's so weird.
once again geographic.
Geography's weird.
Yeah. So it wasn't until 1794 to 1795 that it was 0.9 pure silver, right?
Right.
Per ounce. So
Okay.
that was your standard, and then
So it was less than an ounce.
it was less than an ounce.
Okay.
That would give you what they were putting towards the gold. And then the problem was, so I told you for like a year it was free. You could bring in your gold, your silver, they wouldn't charge you. Well, then they started taxing you when you brought it in. So for every 4 coins they struck, they kept 3.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 1.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah. So for every 4 coins they struck, they kept 3. Which then
So this is also the precursor to the Federal Reserve. Just wanted to
correct. Yeah. So this is a precursor to the Federal Reserve.
This is
So-
like our first official monetary
system. Yes.
Okay.
So from 1796 to 1797, you had a drop where the actual U.S. Mint almost closed because people were like, "Well, I'm not bringing you my silver, my gold because you're keeping."
They'll just keep
3
their shit and
then giving me back 1. It's not a fair system, right? So then they came up with a different way to do it. So then they started breaking it down. So they added copper coins, and then they put in copper and a little bit of silver. So in that way you got more money back. Same thing with gold. They started using zinc and different other materials to basically cut it up like you would to make like crack or whatever.
Drugs.
Like you cut your coke.
Right.
Well,
so to make more
nickel too, right? Obviously, that's what
right.
So what happens is the purity goes down.
The purity goes down, and then worldwide,
you get more of it.
You get more, right? But it's not worth as much throughout the world,
right?
Oh, and it's like the coins. So remember the coins? They have those little edges like on the sides.
So if you look on the side,
because of the reason why was people would keep chipping off edges of the pre-weighed out coin, and then they would take all that trimming and then melt down another coin. So that's why they actually put that on the edge.
So then that's when they start putting the stridations on the side of the
stridation, straddling the fuck out of that coin.
On the coin, yes. So you have that. And then from 1837 all the way up until 1909 is when they first introduced, and it wasn't even called the penny then. It was called the Lincoln coin. Lincoln was Lincoln was the first person to ever be featured on a coin. So we didn't get George Washington and Roosevelt and all those other people and whoever else is on our chain.
Jackson, Ben Franklin,
later, right?
Right.
So from 1837 till 1909, it was Lady Liberty sitting down, right? So that changed, and then they brought in the copper penny, or the Lincoln coin as they called it.
Right.
So
there was also a half penny. It was called a halfpenny.
So we had a half penny, and then there was also another one that was 1/10 of a thousandth
straw
of
penny,
a penny, which was a straw penny.
Yeah.
I already hate pennies as it is, man.
A straw penny.
So that replaced the pence.
But that's when our money was worth a lot more.
Right.
Than it is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
So a halfpenny or a penny was actually
worth something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great observation you just made there,
So
sir.
mind you, I've not mentioned any type of paper money whatsoever.
not yet.
Right.
Ooh.
So we actually don't come into paper money until
Civil War?
FDR. Yeah, in the Civil War.
Well, I thought they had in the
Well,
Civil War.
They were certificates.
Yeah.
So you had silver
probably
certificates.
like what I was talking about is you take your money.
That's what you were bringing up earlier. Yes.
So you would take in your actual bullion or
your
whatever.
soup money,
your gold or your
it's very broad
silver scraps, your soup money, and then they would give you what was called a silver dollar certificate, or you got a gold coin, which would then had the eagle on it, which was the $50 and the dollar. Right. Those were actually 99%.
They didn't even need guns back in the day. They just take their pocket and whip you in the face.
Freaking gold.
Fucking beat you with their nickel bag.
So then that was like the precursor to our actual
a real nickel bag,
like
my
paper dollar,
my coin purse.
Go ahead.
Right. So they would issue the receipts basically.
Right. So it was a certificate that was a little bit bigger than this card index here.
Right.
That would say, okay, so and so gave me this much. This certificate is worth $6, $7, and
on the back it said the South will rise again.
No, it didn't.
Well, I know at one point there was so each bank, before it fell under a monetary one central banking system, each state had multiple banks, so there was multiple receipts issued.
Right.
So at one point there was something like 200 and something different paper currencies.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Fuck. Wow.
Yeah.
And then once the Civil War started, that's when it kind of started going towards more like a centralized
banking system,
because you didn't want to have all these different certificates. Not only that, they wanted to devalue the money that the South had. So then they actually made it illegal to have anything that was stamped from a southern state with the certificate. So if you had money from the South and you went to the North, it was no longer any good.
Well, that's what the Civil War is about. I mean, a lot of people think it was to free the slaves or to bring everybody into one union, but it was control over banking systems.
Correct.
And a lot of people don't understand it. The South had their own monetary system, and the North also had a monetary. So it was a fight over who was going to control the money in the United States.
United States, correct. And so slavery was just kind of like
part of it.
Even though it was like
it was a catalyst.
A part of it, yeah, right. It was a catalyst. They used it to get backing for the North to actually go down to the South and be like, "Hey, this is what we're going to do, and if you guys don't like it, then we're going to stop. You can't have slaves." So basically, they attacked the economy. So you had the North saying, "Okay, well, you're making all this money off of slavery and cotton. Well, now we're going to take your workers away. So therefore, you can't make money. So now you're either going to go by our rules or we're going to fight over it." And the South was like, "Fuck you, freedom. We're going to do what we want."
Right.
And start fighting. And the crazy thing about it is people don't really realize this either, it was the Republicans that freed the slaves, not the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because most of the people in the South are Democratic and not Republican.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you know anything about the greenback?
Yes.
So I think that was, now my history may be wrong on this, so do your fucking research, but was it not Lincoln that did actually abolish centralized banking to create the greenback so that there was currency that was actually backed by physical gold?
Gold, yes.
Right.
Okay.
So at the time there was like all these currencies. There wasn't one central banking system, and when we finally did come up with a centralized banking system,
Lincoln said, "Fuck that."
Yeah, he said no, that we should have the power to print our own money, and it also being backed by a gold standard. So he tried to abolish the centralized banking at the time, which is not what we have now.
Oh, not even close.
It's not even close. It was, I think, the First Bank of New York or something like that was the central banking, and they were bankrolling. The Civil War, and he tried to take a gold standard and create. He created a greenback, which was federal, was truly federal money. Was the money of the people, and it wasn't owned by a private institution.
Correct.
And then when we moved on to the Federal Reserve,
well, they killed him.
That's why all of our money is now called a Federal Reserve note.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So basically that's in a nutshell why Lincoln got murdered, was over the whole money get down. People don't realize that.
Fucking Aaron Burr and shit.
Yeah.
That was Aaron Burr and what's his name? The other guy. Anyway,
so really quick, I have a quote really quick that
I had no idea what you were saying.
Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton, who was a big proponent of...
Wasn't he a male model? I saw Zoolander and he said...
No. Oh. He was a big proponent of centralized banking. He tried to get the centralized banking going on, and that was Alexander Hamilton. Okay, go ahead.
So gold and silver, due to its scarcity and unique chemical properties, fulfill the three main functions of money: wealth preservation, units of accounting, and mediation of exchange. So those are the three things that silver and gold, because they're rare, basically throughout history.
Is there frankincense and myrrh there as well?
No.
Oh, it's just a question.
How about three camels and three wise men?
So basically what
Camel toe, look it up.
What it states is that because of the nature of gold and silver that's been around for over 4,000 years. That's been used as a currency, not just in the United States, but just worldwide.
Right.
That because of our funds now are not legally since 1970. Hold on, I have it here.
I need to put the Jeopardy theme song.
1971.
1971.
So 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard completely, which means that the money that the government, or excuse me, the money the Federal Reserve prints is not backed by anything but the people. So it doesn't mean anything. If you look now, you have Russia, China, India. We owe them trillions of dollars, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
They no longer accept the U.S. dollar. They actually want either land or they want gold.
Yeah.
Right? So they want their payments made in land
fucking
or
gold diggers.
Right?
Can't just fucking write them a check
because
anymore, I guess.
The check is in the mail, China.
Basically, when we had the, what was that? What year was that? When the bubble burst in the housing market?
2008.
Yep. Right? And then the dollar weakened even more.
Right.
Every time the Federal Reserve prints out money, it devalues the dollar.
All right, hold on. Are you good on your part? Let's get there. We're gonna get there.
So really quick. So basically what it says is if the people don't believe in the dollar anymore, it's basically going to be only worth what it's written on. The paper is written on.
So the American dollar
or less.
The American dollar is backed by hopes and dreams.
Ooh.
Yeah.
By your imagination.
So
imagination.
And like even though we're like joking around about it, like seriously, that's what it's backed by. There's nothing holding the weight of the dollar in your pocket that's supposed to say that your dollar is worth $1 in gold or $10 or $100 or whatever it may be.
So check this out. So the dollar, when we print it, it's worthless to begin with.
Correct.
And when we print more of it, it becomes even more worthless.
Right.
Because
we're
scarcity.
Jumping.
We're jumping.
Jump the gun.
Jump in, Johnny. Jump in. Come on, man.
So,
but really quick.
Yeah,
so
make
you
sure
have
you're finished.
So you have like Warren Buffett made a statement that was like, any fool that's buying gold and isn't using their money to like.
What is he buffing? Because you're saying Warren Buffett.
Buffer.
So.
Warren
Buffett.
Buffett.
Say Buffett.
I got.
Is he
Warren's
buffing? Is
Johnny.
his car like?
He's got big muscles.
Does he have a charger?
I swear to God.
I feel like he knows a lot about this guy because he's a low-part guy.
Johnny, I'm gonna come over.
What?
There.
Oh,
I'm gonna come over there. God damn it!
I'm just trying to find out what he's buffing, bro.
So basically,
turtle wax, or is he like legit?
Only a fool would invest his money in gold and not in a business that actually provides some kind of monetary currency.
Yeah.
Right? So you have all these people that are wealthy, but they're against you buying gold. They're trying to tell people not to buy gold because they know what's really going on.
Because gold is worth something and the dollar is not.
Exactly.
And what was that? FDR was the one that confiscated or said you couldn't own your own gold. Yeah,
correct.
that was
to touch on that, right? Yeah. So it's illegal to use gold or silver as currency. It's up for 4 states: Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, and Louisiana.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
A little good fact.
Little factual history.
Tidbit of information.
Correct.
All right. So then the Federal Reserve now. So the Federal Reserve is basically what happened after what Kenny just totally gave us all that great information. That was really good. The Federal Reserve is basically a banking. It's what is a private bank. That's technically a banking cartel.
Correct.
That prints our money. They control what? Our inflation.
They control all the
loans.
They control
monetary policy in the United States.
Yeah.
Hold on though. To touch on that too. So the world standard went, I think, in 19.
The what standard? Sorry.
The world standard.
Oh, the world standard.
It's called the IMF something. IMF used to use gold as their standard as like for
backed it.
Backed it, right? Yeah. Now it's the U.S. dollar.
Right.
And it's been the U.S.
That's fucked.
It's been the U.S. dollar since like 1962 or something like that.
So we
had more purchasing power.
I'm gonna go way back before the United States became the United States.
The dinosaurs?
Real quick.
The dinosaurs.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we will. That'll be free talk. Don't worry.
Okay, so during before the American Revolution, the British were in charge of our monetary system. They had control, and not only, I mean, they also had control of their own land in Britain. What happened is, I'm not sure if it was King George, one of them,
oppressive laughter,
was creating so much war, and they were so extended that they basically ran out of money. And they were the first ones to come up with this circular monetary system, like the Federal Reserve. They had the first bank, and that's why our founders were so against centralized banking, because they wanted the people to have control of their money rather than a group of rich people having control of everything.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So wait, real quick, Jamie, go ahead and put that on.
No, keep talking. Keep talking. I'm gonna put it on. I'm putting it on.
These fucking Frenchies, I tell you, man, they fuck with us every time.
Yeah.
All right. So. All right, so anyways, we gave you basically an idea what the Federal Reserve is. They are a private banking institution, which is like a cartel. They print our money. They control the loans. They what else they do?
The interest rates.
Interest rates, yeah. So anyways, and they adjust inflation for inflation, right?
Correct.
So that's the whole.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So they control what we have in America that's known as the fractional reserve banking system.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So these private banksters, okay? So that's what it basically is. The Federal Reserve is that. Okay. Now we'll get into the history of it. So when it was being, what's the word? Planned. With these elite few bankers got together in 1910, and they traveled in secret to this private island named Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia. They were a very small group. I think you had some of their names. J.P. Morgan was one of them.
So Senator Neil Aldrich, Abraham Andrew, Frank Vanderlip. Okay, so
was that J.P. Morgan guy?
Hold on. Neil Aldrich was a senator who was supposed to take
I'm going to get there.
Was supposed to take this thing to Congress. Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew was Assistant Secretary of Treasury at the time. Vanderlip was the president of Citibank. Henry P. Davidson was a senior
J.P. Morgan
senior partner at J.P. Morgan. Charles D. Norton was the president of the First National Bank of New York. Paul Warbury, director of Wells Fargo. Benjamin Strong, the emissary and first president of the Federal Reserve.
And there was also people there that aren't on your
There's
list.
other ones,
like
too.
The Rothschilds.
Yeah, and William Rockefeller.
Well, these are the six that they say came up with most of the
planning
of the.
So the ones that actually met on Jekyll Island, though, are those guys plus
the backers that had the money for it that brought it together were the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan had I think the most to do with it, because at the time he made a lot of money off of oil and industry.
And he killed his competitor.
He just annihilated his competitors. He consolidated everything.
He
monopolized.
He literally
monopolized it. He even bankrolled part of the United States. I mean, that's why we came up with. We were trying to get away from private investors investing in the United States at the time, because they had so much control and so much money, and we had so much credit debt with them. We were pretty much under their thumb.
Yeah, so these guys all snuck, and they went under the cover of darkness, basically, and they snuck to this island. They went on a private train. The train car that they were staying in was a senator's train car. So they're sneaking through to make our Federal Reserve, our money, right, currency plan for our whole country.
Yep.
They're doing it all in the cover of darkness, sneak into this island that's a private island, a private resort hotel. The club was called the Jekyll Island Club. They all did this. It's fucking crazy. They were told that they can only use their first names when they went on this journey, so none of the press who would hang out at the New Jersey train station would catch wind of this.
The press actually did hear about it, and that's when they came up with that cover story.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So
there's a cover story. So the cover story was they were going on a hunting trip.
Oh my God.
Yeah. One of the guys actually borrowed a shotgun from his friend because he didn't even own one, and so he could travel Did
he have a permit for it?
I don't think they had that back then.
Full circle. It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
So this was the actual conception of what eventually became the Federal Reserve System. This is where they were drafting the document, and it wasn't called the Federal Reserve System at the time. It was the Aldrich something monetary proposal. But Congress knew this guy was crooked as fuck, so they revamped it. They renamed it the Federal Reserve Act.
Yeah. So then after they planned this out a couple years later, they go in 1913 and they pass it during Christmas break when most of the senators were home with their families, and they did that and they snuck in and they passed the whole act. So yeah, they had basically 2 years to plan that and get that, or 3 years to get that in motion.
Right. So this is an absolute private institution, and we have a video clip here of Alan Greenspan explaining the
oversight,
and the relationship between the Federal Reserve and the U.S. government.
What is the proper relationship? What should be the proper relationship between a chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take. So long as that is in place and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter. We
wanted to drive it home right there.
So the Federal Reserve operates outside the confines of government oversight, meaning that they make their own policies and they can adjust the interest rate of loans to either stimulate the economy or to
bring it down
or to overinflate it. When it's overinflated, all they're doing is printing so much money that the value of the dollar drops.
Well, they adjust the inflation so they could get the low loans for the government, right? And then they can manipulate the money. And that whole inflation thing is just insane. It's not really the price of your money is lower. It's they're fucking with it.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, they're artificially changing it.
So this is how it works, from what I understand, is they created this system of taking care of our money. But what they do is they're separated from the government. So there's something like 6 banks, Federal Reserve banks, across the nation, and the heads of those 6 banks go to a meeting like once or twice a year, and they come up with the monetary policy for all the banks in the United States. And they basically say, okay, you have to carry so much, you have to have so much money, 10% of the money that you collect, you have to keep in your bank, and the 90% you can loan out.
Yeah, and then and then going along with that, the Federal Reserve prints money all the time, right? So when they need to make a loan or whatever, they're making that shit up.
Yeah,
they're just printing it out.
Yeah, so every time you go out and get
Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express.
So every time you go out, you apply for a loan. You get a loan. Okay, so you take that money and you put it in your bank. Now your bank takes that money, keeps 10% of it, and then loans out the 90%. So say you got a $10,000 loan. Of course, you have access to the full amount of money, but the bank
makes money off of you.
Makes money off of it. So they keep $1,000 of your money in the bank, and then they loan out $9,000 to whoever.
Right. So let me just touch on that, because this is actually the only thing that I do know. Right. So the bank only has to keep 10% of its reserves, right? So that's what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
So the money is created essentially out of debt, right? Because if the government needs, so say the U.S. government, what they need is they need $10 billion. I'm gonna just use a direct comparison to the my reference here. If they need $10 billion, what they do is they talk to the Fed, say, hey, I need $10 billion. And the Fed says, okay, I'll buy $10 billion in bonds from you. Mm-hmm. And so they make these bonds, which are fancy paper. They send it over to the Fed. The Fed then buys them for the sum of $10 billion. And then exactly what you guys are talking about, that money then goes into the U.S. Economy, the money system, and now we have $10 billion of new money. And if that goes into a bank, then they only have to keep $1 billion of it, and the other $9 billion is now up for new loans. And that money that was created out of thin air, out of debt, can now be loaned out to people and used to purchase tangible things.
And this is why the dollar is absolutely worthless, because it's not backed by anything, and it's created out of nothing.
It's backed by treasury bonds, which are worthless.
Correct.
Absolutely worthless.
Also, if you're buying gold certificate or silver certificates that are issued by the banks, they're not worth anything either, because the banks don't have any gold.
Banks have hold zero amount of gold
bullion
since 1938.
Right.
There's
zero
absolutely no silver and no
broth.
gold backing any of our money. Just hopes and
I feel
dreams.
like the soup Nazi would be very mad about this.
Yeah.
So this has basically
for you.
been
Kill gold for you.
Been an experiment that they've been doing. Currently, right now, the United States is the longest run of this experiment. This is not the first time in history this has happened.
Right.
So you had France in 1789.
I was going to just say that. I think, actually, without joking, I think it was France.
To 1796,
Right.
pretty much did the same thing, and then they collapsed. Right?
Right.
Then you also have the Deutschmark in Windermere Republic. Went from 1923, which it lost value in less than a month.
So what's the difference?
Right. There is no difference.
So there isn't, but there is one.
Faith in
military might and all of our force and bullying around
So if
the
you
world.
notice,
it's a little bit of it.
Right.
Well, I think because we're so naive about our money that and people don't know it's not backed by anything, that we have this childlike faith that money is worth something when it's absolute garbage. I mean, if you look at the inflation rates, our dollar is worth less now. Just like a hamburger used to cost $4, and then
why it's got to be a hamburger, not a cheeseburger, bro?
A cheeseburger costs $4. Just so Johnny can play along.
I get it now. I follow. Continue.
Okay, so a cheeseburger used to be $4, and when the Federal Reserve prints money, it inflates the price. Say it jumps to $8 an hour. $8.
When they inflate it,
right?
do they put like a pump? And
they just start pumping away.
Okay, got you.
So now it's a big fat burger, right?
Yeah.
So your $4 burger is now an $8 burger.
It creates a bubble,
and then so you get a raise at work to offset the cost of the living expense, right?
And then the bubble pops.
But you're still paying the same amount.
Same fucking burger
for the same
cheese
burger.
and fucking meat everywhere.
So here's the thing. So there's a restaurant on the corner of Monterey Road and whatever. So back in the day, it used to be you get 5 burgers for $3.
Right.
Whoa.
So San Jose. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
about. So now, within the year, it's gone from 5 burgers for what was it, $6.99 or something like
to
that?
$1.
No, it was like $1.99 for 3 burgers.
No. So now I'm saying a year ago it was 5 burgers for $6.99.
Yeah.
If you drive past there now, the same 5 fucking burgers are now $8.99 for 5 burgers.
Right. That's inflation, and that is a direct cause of the Federal Reserve
devaluing the money with the loans and printing the money.
Yeah, printing fake money that's not backed by
it's
anything.
all fake.
So
that's what's happening, though. They're creating more money,
right?
And they're changing the interest rates, so that's what's affecting the money. It's not that things are, the cost is just going up. It's not just that. That's what we're all led to believe.
It drives the national deficit up.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anytime they change the rates and they print more money, it adds another trillion.
I am irate.
Yeah. You're a fucking retard. So we're now at $21 trillion in debt, right?
Yeah, and that's because of bad borrowing too, and bad. So we invested a lot of money in Venezuela.
Have you heard, bro?
Venezuela. So we invested a lot of money in Venezuela because there's oil in Venezuela, and it could be a really rich country, but the socialists took over, the Democrats took over and I'm not playing. Democrats have taken over in Venezuela, and we invested all this money in oil there, and it didn't pan out for us. It was a really, really bad investment for us.
Right.
Just like the housing market here.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, usually use oil derricks instead of panning, because panning only really works for gold.
Gold.
Yeah. So
okay.
So we narrowed that down for you guys too as well.
So the same thing happened with the housing market here. So we had Alan Greenspan drop the interest rate to 1%, and then the government created like Fannie Mae, or Freddie Mac. And these were like
predatory loans.
Yeah, just loans. They just loaned to everybody, anybody.
You got a job, nigga? I'm gonna give you a house.
Yeah, everybody.
But guess what? Your payment's gonna balloon every year by $5,000. So your property tax now is $10,000 if you want it by the end of the month.
So while this is going on, the Federal Reserve is buying up all these contracts,
all these loans,
all these contracts, but it's a really bad investment because so many people default on it, and the banks crash. This is what happened in 2008. Now these banks that are printing money are about to fail completely. And this is a too big to fail bailouts. Then the U.S. government goes to the people of the United States, say, "Oh man, these places are too big to fail. If they fail, then the economy will crash. A lot of people lose their jobs. Yada yada yada." Then we bail these people out. And remember,
throw more money at it.
All the banks. The Federal Reserve is run by the Federal Reserve is run by the people who own the banks who made these bad investments.
Oh yeah.
So those guys go and they have this big meeting saying that they're going to do.
They have a monopoly on our money.
So they're gonna fix it, and how do they fix it? Is by borrowing money back from the U.S. government and giving themselves bailout money.
Ultimate scam.
Yeah, it was just it, and all it did was prolong the
put a Band-Aid on a fucking open wound.
I mean, it was gaping. It was a gaping wound, and it wasn't until
it's a fake Band-Aid.
It wasn't until the Frank Dodd legislation went through, and it killed all those the banks being able to invest like that we start to recover from the bailout. I mean, from the crash.
Right.
So, and I think we really need to drive home that your money, everyone, your money here in the United States is all ran by private banks, which is made up of it's the Federal Reserve. Their security team that's outside of their building is private security. It's not police. It's not federal agents.
Not U.S. government.
It's insane. When I found this out quite a few years back, I was mind blown.
I mean, this is stuff that everybody should know, but they make it so boring. And they make it so boring to look into.
They do.
They call it legalese or legal needs.
It's like the dry eyes
lawyers.
Lawyers.
So, and that's the whole thing that is the whole any documentation you find about the fractional reserve or the Federal Reserve, it is meant to be met with very complex banking terms and intimidating mathematics. And they do that on purpose because they don't want anyone to be able to decipher it. And it kind of goes back into like what you were saying, Kenny, and then also Johnny. You say lawyerese a lot.
Oh yeah,
that is what it is. It's all
legal jargon.
It's a bunch of jargon.
Yeah.
That unless you're in the industry, you don't
shenanigans.
You can't really wrap your fucking head around.
Yeah,
and it's very simple. It's
well, and also to touch on what you're saying is they actually when they're doing it, their talking points and everything that they're doing is just to dance around the issue and not really vaguely speak about it, vaguely touch on it. Like if you weren't really paying attention to what Alan Greenspan was saying in that video, you might not even have picked up on it. Like you guys should watch it again. It'll be in the links.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Just listen to what he's really saying.
And some of the other
basically saying mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, we got this. We control everything. We're the fucking mafia.
Check out some of the other economists out there and what they're saying too. I mean, stay away from the socialist bullshit because that's a dead end road. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is remove these banks so that we can have true capitalism. We don't have true capitalism now. We have this weird hybrid system created by 6 guys, sitting around drinking beers, talking about our money,
Illuminati.
Yeah. Smoking pole. Hashtag look it up.
Look it up. You guys do your research. We want you guys to be informed about this stuff. It's important, man.
Really, really quick, they devalue gold on purpose. So, like, right now, the value of gold, like, everybody's, like, all freaking out because gold is high right now. Technically, gold should be at least 7 to 8 times higher than it is now in value compared to the dollar.
You know what the Federal Reserve is worth?
Right
it says an ounce of gold is worth $45.
Right.
What's it worth right now? Do we know?
So
the Federal Reserve says an ounce of gold is worth $45.
Oh, gold is actually high right now. It's $1,200 an ounce.
Yeah,
gold should be over 12. It should be around.
That's what I'm saying.
At least $10,000 to $15,000.
Here it is, 2018, and the Federal Reserve says that gold is worth $45 an ounce.
Right, and this also, so all this inflation and all this fucking with our shit, right? All our money in the monetary system, right? That's affecting this whole minimum wage,
right,
and your loans and everything else, and we wouldn't have these issues if the fucking Federal Reserve wouldn't be screwing us.
Yeah, that and
because I don't understand.
Not only that, but you have government oversight regulating industry and subsidizing and taxing and manipulating the market also.
Yeah.
So
prime example, gas. It's the same fucking oil that you pulled out of the ground. It hasn't changed. Your refinery processes haven't really changed.
Well,
so
what they do is they say they want to drive up the price of gas. They say that one of their refineries
gas right now.
Refinery is out of service. So
it costs more.
So it costs more.
Or like they do here in California, it's the summer blend.
Yeah, people are driving more.
Yeah.
Come on.
Summer blend.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, it's the same gas. I know someone that works at the refineries. It's the same fucking gas.
Hey, man, check out the videos. Make sure you guys do your research. Check out End the Fed videos. Check out some of the economists that are out there. Do your research so you're informed. So
that is a great fucking.
So you can tell other people about what's going on, and we can figure something else out because we can't just destroy the Fed.
Yeah,
so,
we have to come up with some other monetary system before
the monetary system that we have now is surpassed any other monetary system as far as lifespan. So it's already at the end of its rope.
Well, no, because it's moving in when it ultimately fails here, it'll become a world economy.
No, so check it out. So that's what I was going to say. So right now, not even like so how the dollar's weak. You have a lot of people that aren't investing in like hard currency, which would be like gold and silver and stuff like that. You have a lot of people that are now digitally moving their money
well,
around,
let's get into that right now.
Yeah, well, you know,
I wanted to talk about.
You know, the euro is backed by what it's backed by, right?
No,
the U.S. dollar.
Isn't that what Greeks eat?
No. So the yen, the euro they're all backed by the U.S. dollar. So that's what I was saying.
They're backed by the U.S.
about
dollar.
The
which
IMF,
is worthless. Yeah.
The international whatever monetary funding for the whole world now is not backed by any hard currency. It's backed by the U.S. dollar.
Yeah, and that's why Russia and China are buying up gold because they know.
I just said that in the beginning.
I know. I understand. I'm just recapping.
Did you bust a cap in that ass?
Well, I mean, fuck, dude. You just said that they may not have heard the Alan Greenspan thing, so maybe they didn't hear this either.
Recap on, brother. Recap.
So
reiterate.
That's why they're buying up all the gold and stuff because they know that the U.S. dollar is completely worthless. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead, Jamie.
No, that's it. So
let me get you right there.
All right.
So how do we stop the Federal Reserve? How do we start looking outside of the box, right? So for one, educating people like we're doing right now and telling you to go research it. Look up Ron Paul, look up Milton Friedman, look at other people like economists and politicians that are against this, right?
I just said that.
Yeah, I know.
You just recapping?
So what? Hey, I didn't say it. You pick it up with him. Then also, so the education part is a very important part, right? So then next step is where we go from there. Cryptocurrency, right?
Cryptocurrency.
And
before we even get to that, like the first thing you can do if you want to be part of the solution is to pull your money out of Federal Reserve backed banks and move them into credit unions, independently owned credit unions. So that's the first step that you can do. All right, if you want to be. I'm in the microphone.
More.
This is as into it as I can get. Okay,
no,
sorry. The next step then is going to be cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is a currency that is not touched by the government whatsoever, and it has a one-to-one trade value between customers or clients or whatever you want to call them. So the way the reason why it has a consistent value is because the amount of people that are mining cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. When you mine cryptocurrency, what you're doing is you are allowing your computer to be part of the global network value checking system that actually maintains the value of the money. So as you you have to build a special computer to do this. They use graphics cards, GPUs, to actually process cycles in order to.
I'm building one next week.
No shit. All right.
No, like dead ass serious.
No, it really like so. First of all, it's going to heat your house. You don't have to fucking turn the heater on anymore. And second of all, it doesn't cost. It doesn't take much, from what I understand, to actually make enough money to offset the cost of actually running the rig. But
so, what are you saying about cycles? You got kind of interrupted.
Yeah. So what it does is you have to build a special computer that uses graphics cards, and what it does is it utilizes the graphics processor to basically run this through the internet. It uses your computer to run checks on what the value of the money is, and so it uses up as much processing power as the card can do, which is what they call it. They call it maximizing cycles. So it's actually running that card at like 100% all the time, from what I understand.
Okay,
and that's maximizing the amount of cycles, right? So, and when I say cycles, I'm referring to like every processor runs in. On a frequency, whether it's hertz, megahertz, or gigahertz, and when you are maximizing all of those cycles, it's running as fast as it possibly can. That's like the layman's terms for it. So you have this rig, and it is every second or so getting a command, and it is checking the value of the market currency, and then through that process of you lending that hardware out to do that job, you are also gaining a fraction of that currency yourself.
So it's keeping it up to date as much as possible, basically.
Yes, keep it
the moment by moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And keeping it up to date, helping keep it up to date, lending that hardware out to that system to keep it up to date, is what is how you gain that currency. And from what I understand, it's the only way to do it. And you hear of people actually creating these warehouses and rooms and water-cooled systems and all sorts of just crazy shit that's out there. They spend thousands and thousands of dollars on graphics cards. And there's actually, for gamers, PC gamers like me, that actually created a huge spike in the market. It's almost impossible for me to buy a top-end graphics card right now, because a brand new graphics card that comes out costs between $500 and $700.
Whoa. Jeez.
And that is I have one in this machine right here. I have at the time when that one was bought, that was probably a $600 card. Now that card would today cost
due to inflation
up to $700, or even more than that. But
thanks a lot, Obama.
It's not. Wasn't really inflation.
Thanks, GW.
What happened was it was scarcity. It was actually scarcity of the product. The manufacturers couldn't produce them.
Keep up, correct.
Yeah, on a level that people were buying them up because of cryptocurrency. Now the thing with cryptocurrency is that it's on a low right now because there was actually a crash, and there were people that maxed out credit cards. They put mortgages on their houses. They actually invested very, very big financially into the cryptocurrency market. And then what happened is it took a dive, and now all those people that invested were seriously in debt. Now, if you stayed in the market, you'd probably be on the profitable side now.
On the upside, yeah.
But a lot of people just said fuck it and sold it to try and cut their losses.
Right.
But now
which is what they're used to doing in the other, stock
like the stock market shit. Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. It's a 24-hour a day, 7 day a week stock market.
It's a crypto stock market. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing to touch on that really quick is, so it's big now, but I remember hearing about Bitcoin like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When everybody was like,
"Is there only a certain amount of it?" I heard there was
it's finite,
right? It's a finite amount of Bitcoin that's out there, right? So
and that's what makes it valuable. Is there's not a lot of it, and you can't produce more, from what I understand.
Yeah. So what's out there is out there. You can't make any more of it.
Like gold.
You can't go exactly. You can't go like our Federal Reserve and go and print more Bitcoin. So, like I was saying, I heard about Bitcoin 6 years ago, and at the time, people were like, "Oh yeah, that's stupid. Nobody wants to do that." Just like the same thing with Netflix went to Blockbuster and was like, "Oh, do you want to invest?" Blockbuster was basically like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, they chose wrong.
Nobody's going to be streaming movies or whatever.
Netflix and chill, bruh.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants direct movies into your home. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They want to come to a store and check it out.
To touch on what Jamie's saying, so if you're trying to get into mine Bitcoin now,
#, bring back the box art.
It's currently on a downslope, so it's really not. It's expensive still, but not as it was, say, a year ago.
Right.
When people were going crazy for Bitcoin.
What's the value of it now?
The value of it right now is about $8,200 per coin.
That's
damn.
Now, but at one point it was like 15, right?
No.
Here's
So 6 years ago, you know what the value was 6 years
What?
ago?
What?
It was a fucking $1.
Wow.
Oh,
You used to be able to buy Bitcoin
for $1.
I remember when they were like $30 a Bitcoin, and I didn't even buy fucking one. And now it's $8,200.
We all fucked up.
And the crazy thing is, though, but we say it's 82 now, and we're like, oh wow. But a couple months ago, it was at up to $18,000.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and it took a big crash,
I can see that right here on this graph. Like it actually is, like it's right.
It
it's
was like
tickling
up
20.
to like up to 18, almost 20. At the highest, I think it was like.
Didn't it get really
19
a lot of bad press too? For there's like some other things.
Yeah, I
going
think
on.
that's just
Well, no,
like the creator. There was some other
no.
shit
So
going
the thing was, the government panicked and was like, "Oh, the only people buying cryptocurrency right now are a bunch of drug dealers, criminals, and
pedophiles,"
which is totally not true.
Right, so they put bad press on it because they didn't want the regular Joe to get involved in it.
There was a website that was dedicated. You could buy and sell anything on there, but it had to be through Bitcoin.
Right.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah,
so
and
there was drugs and things going through there. Yeah.
Everything.
Okay, yeah,
A lot of
that's on like what they call the Silk Road, the dark web, that kind of shit. Like that, right?
That was what it was.
But like, and just think about the hilarity of that statement.
I love the black market.
Think about that for a second. Like, oh, it's all drug dealers and criminals. These are clearly people who are capable of fucking building advanced like mining rigs. Yeah, they're all they just all happen to be computer science majors too. It's really
in every
weird.
movie I've seen, there's always one tech.
So there was a guy that
Hacker Man.
You're that guy. Jimmy.
Hacker Man.
There
Yeah,
was a guy in I think Denmark that had built a laptop that he had, and he moved and he sold the laptop, but he kept the hard drive. Well, he kept the hard drive. At the time, he had, I think it was like $1,500 worth of Bitcoin at the time. But he kept the hard drive, and then he moved and actually threw it away. It's now in a landfill, and it's worth, I think it was like $200-something million.
Jesus Christ.
So he was actually thinking about going and digging up the landfill, but because it would release like toxic fumes and everything, they told him no.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the guys
fucked up worse than we did.
The guys who came up with the idea for Facebook that Zuckerberg stole are twin brothers, right?
Oh yeah,
correct.
I don't remember their names. Do you know their names, Jamie?
I don't actually.
Okay, so they invested right away into Bitcoin, and they were the first Bitcoin billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So and the Fed.
And the Fed. Let's end this segment because I got to piss.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a little breaky poo.
You guys want to do a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick.
Cool. Sounds good. All right.
We'll be back.
Be back for segment number 3 in just a minute.
Peace.
Well, we're back. Segment number 3 of episode 9.
Back
What's
in
going on,
black.
folks?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to get into on this one?
Well,
I have a fucking funny ass video I want to show you guys if you guys are ready.
Well, fucking pull the trigger on that.
Shout
bad
out
boy.
to Tim Hennessy. What up, brah?
Yo,
Statist.
fuck Tim.
Fucked him? What? What?
He probably
Tim
would like
knows.
that.
Tim.
Why are you being a hater?
Dude, what are you talking about?
It is
dude?
Tim though.
Yeah,
So
it's Tim.
I'm going to show you this video because I'm 12 years old at heart, and watching people get hit in the nuts is so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
I just have to share it. Okay, this is from I think it's Jackass 3.5. So this is kind of like the 0.5 ones were always like a sort of a behind the scenes kind of a thing.
Right.
And I'm just gonna show it. This is like the best nut shot compilation I've ever seen. You're gonna listen to Johnny talk for a little while here, but they get creative. Okay, you guys just see what you think.
And it would take anywhere from an hour to 13 to just get one shot.
Wow.
Now what? Now here we go. Just appreciate some of this shit.
Oh, that was legit.
Yeah.
Wait, it gets so much better.
Oh, you know he wanted to block that. He saw it coming.
You can see it. You can see his reaction.
Oh. Look, Rob Dyrdek, dude.
Oh, damn. That was a fucking steal. That was a line drive, dude. Oh, that's Rob, too.
Yeah, they got him.
Wow.
Now watch, they get even more creative. Just watch.
That's like dude perfect.
Yeah, this one is.
Oh,
dude, that was an upper.
Under.
That was an under jam. Yeah, straight up. With a baseball bat.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
That shot was nuts.
Look, this is my favorite one.
Oh, that one was good.
Dude, that came off with some velocity.
Yeah.
Off the trampoline. Oh, God, this one's rough. It's got the bounce beforehand.
Fuck. Look how high that bounced. Oh,
damn.
That was the worst.
Oh, my God, dude.
Man.
That would hurt so bad.
At least they're not going to get to procreate or whatever. Oh, shit. Oh. Almost knocked him over.
Holy fuck, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
This is all bad.
Yes.
Yeah, this is all bad.
What the?
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck?
I wonder how many passes it took to do that, dude.
I know, right?
A lot.
Dude, that would be so fucking awesome to sit on a wing of the plane
That
like
was
that.
a ballsy shot.
Oh, my God. There it is. There it is. Fucking
Wow.
Oh, my God. I'm like in tears over here. I can't.
Two words.
I've watched that more times than I probably should have.
I believe you did.
Of 2 words.
What?
I'm not even gonna say.
2 words? That's nuts?
No.
What?
Never mind.
Oh.
That's,
All right.
that's technically 1 word, Kenny.
Dude, that is the worst feeling, getting fucking nut shotted. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
There's not another feeling that's worse than nut shot.
I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That is
just
like
fucking
horrible.
cruel and unusual, but
It sucks.
extremely entertaining.
Yeah, you hit your funny bone. You're like, it could have been worse.
Yeah, but that's like
nut shot.
That's okay. So you guys hear that joke about how like it hurts worse than childbirth?
Yeah. No.
So okay. So the reason why the joke goes like this. You've seen women? They have a child, okay, and then a couple years down the road, they're like, "Hey, I'd like to have another child." Well, you ever hear a guy who wants to get kicked in the nuts again?
No.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
Obviously, a satirical, but
Okay.
that shit's funny.
Sure.
You're about halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nut shots are bad.
Yeah.
No,
all
no
bad.
matter.
All bad.
They're entertaining, but yeah, bad. All right, what else we got, guys?
I got one that kind of is like on freedom.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
So recently it came about that the ability to share plans for 3D printing firearms on the internet is legal. And the way they went about this is that because since a plan for a 3D anything is technically just a line of code, which is text, which is just expression, which is my First Amendment right.
Yeah, it's like a book.
Oh, okay.
A book or
yes,
whatever.
they went all the way through it. So what happens is they have this now. This gun is they call it the Liberator pistol, is now available online. You can actually get the plans for that to print this gun. It's a single shot pistol.
Okay.
And I think it's a 380. Shoots a 380. It's made entirely of ABS plastic, completely untraceable, no serial number or anything like that because you just made it yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's completely legal for you to have the plans to make that. I don't know if it's legal for you to own that firearm, but, because it's technically unregistered.
Probably depending on the state, maybe.
Yeah, because I guess it would be unregistered, whatever. There's that whole
I really don't
bullshit.
trust that lower on that AR.
I'm pretty sure the federal government would have a problem with this.
Just good.
Right. No, I'm sure they do.
Good.
So they call it the Liberator because I forget what war it was, but there was they flew a plane over a country called the Liberator, and they dropped pistols that were called the same thing,
right? To the French.
Maybe yeah,
pretty sure.
Anyway, the what it was that maybe that the military would fear an armed populace.
It was what the concept was behind that was so they could pop a enemy soldier and then take their weapon.
Take their weapon,
Yeah.
right? It was.
okay.
That was the concept behind it. I think it is World War II.
It is.
It was to the French.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
resistance.
But the French rolled over.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's a whole
that
other
works.
thing.
Yeah, the French rifles on the market, they're everywhere because they've only been dropped once and never been fired.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
But yeah, I wanted to share that.
So on that note,
I wanted to share that because it's
cool.
Kind of on the topic of
Kinda
freedom,
cool. Yeah, it is. Freedom as fuck, bro. Yeah.
Okay, so we got
Get that little meme
this.
again?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to get it up.
I know.
Here we go. So this one
Littlefoot.
Yeah. So we put Littlefoot in our car, right?
we do actually.
Yeah. It's a little bit of Littlefoot.
Littlefoot's makes plastic too.
So you guys remember
it's
this
a
meme here?
petroleum byproduct.
Let's go ahead and throw this up here then real quick.
So
there we
remember
go.
the old dinosaur Dragon's real concept, and then we brought in the
our dragon's
were we
real.
walking alongside dinosaurs. Well, maybe. Yeah.
So according to this, Johnny, actually, go ahead and say what you said earlier about how the testing of these things.
Well, I mean, basically, they were saying is that the carbon dating we used to do all the time, the paleontologists would always do it on the dinosaur bones. Well, when they kind of thought that this was the time frame, Jurassic, whatever period, they would find these bones. So they go, okay, well, we don't need to test it because we know it's in that range. Well, they ended up doing that on this Triceratops, and they found out instead of being billions of years old, it was only thousands of years old. So that's a big, huge jump.
I have a quick question. I just observed something really quick. Can you stop stroking your microphone, Chris?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why? It's my mic.
Yeah, bro.
I can do whatever I want.
It was just weird. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, why is this
I'm
dude
adjusting.
over here
Kenny
stroking his
came
mic?
up with some other... See, this is why I can't register you on those websites.
If you go and watch the playback, you are stroking your microphone.
I could do whatever the fuck I want to my mic.
Maybe he was having a daydream.
Yeah, apparently.
Whatever. It's my mic.
Yeah.
I'll do what I want.
I do what I want. So these things are what? How old were they? Like 7,500 years old or something like that?
I don't even think it was that long. Was it?
Jamie, you got that?
5,700 years.
5,700 years old.
So 5,700 years old for you slow motherfuckers out there.
So creationists, let's talk about creationists a little bit. Creationists believe that the Earth is 8,000 years old. And one of the big kind of counter arguments is, well, the dinosaurs are a million years old. How do you reconcile that? Well, this kind of reconciles it.
Well, kind of. I mean, not really, because what they're still saying the carbon dating on the other ones was that old. However, they're saying that the period that they thought that this dinosaur lived was a lot more.
They basically survived
longer. Some of the species that we know.
That we know of.
And that's kind of what we said in that segment about the dragons. We were just saying that, science finds another fossil or whatever discovery, and then it changes everything from day to day. And this is kind of just showing what we were talking about in that one segment, just joking around, but it kind of backed it up. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So it was interesting. We brought it. I mean, you guys will have the link below if you guys want to look into it. It's a little interesting. I mean, I want to put a saddle on that fucking Triceratops and ride it into
battle.
battle.
That would be fucking awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Like a giant fucking Triceratops.
Yeah.
It would exactly be like that. That's, very good.
Chris, very good.
Very good.
Right there.
Yeah.
Just a little comedy.
Sweet. Cool.
You want to bring up the Mind Freedom topic there?
Is that this video? The next video?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
Do you want to do that one?
No, we can do yours.
Okay, let's do it.
Which one is it?
The pictures.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, fuck, dude. Let's see.
Oh,
yeah,
Yellow.
it's a bad boy.
This is another stay out of the water.
Yeah,
stay out of the deep water.
These creatures we're about to look at live in the Marianas.
Oh, that's back.
Live in the Marianas Trench. The Marianas Trench is the deepest trench in the world, and it's happens to be under the sea. It's 7 miles deep. There's been 3 explorations of it. The first one was stopped because there was a crack in the hull. So when you get down to the Marianas Trench, it's like 16,000 square inches of pressure, or pressure per square inch.
16,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Let me help you out there, bro.
16,000 PSI, as it were.
Okay, so, and that's equivalent to getting shot in the chest point blank range by a shotgun. So,
everywhere.
Scientists try to make a submersible that could withstand that kind of pressure and get to the lowest point of the Marianas Trench, but there was technical difficulties. There was a crack in the window, like when it got to a certain level, so it cut their time in half. Later on, they used a unmanned submersible, and there was technical problems with that because of the pressure. And then James Cameron came along, and he was able to have a submersible made, and he went down I think almost to the bottom.
The director?
Yeah, the director.
What the shit?
James Cameron, yeah.
He's like a huge marine
fan,
aficionado.
Okay.
Cool. He did the Titanic movie, and he did a lot of the underwater exploration on that too.
Okay. Very cool.
So he went down there, and his submersible, same thing happened. There's too much pressure. Something went wrong on the inside. Instead of spending 6 hours down there looking for new species, he was only able to stay there three hours. But I guess apparently on the way down, he discovered a few species. I'm not sure if these are it, but we're going to look at some of the animals.
Of the ones that are down there?
Yeah, some of the ones are down there. So this is the anglerfish, and this guy lives 3 miles down.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so the little blue thing he uses to catch his prey, basically.
Right, because it's pitch black. 'Cause now these fish have been spotted up to a mile down, all the way down to a mile and a half, or not a mile, 3 miles down.
Right.
And so they have a bioluminescent
we'll call it a probe.
Kind of like a feeler thing.
Yeah, and it's like Kenny said, they illuminate it,
bait.
and it draws in other fish and stuff like that. So
wouldn't you think that at that depth, anytime you saw a blue light, you'd be like, that's a fucking anglerfish? Like other fish, you know?
Yeah, you would think they would
There's
adapt
other
to that
ones, though,
eventually,
that emit
right?
different light, right, too. So,
but I think fish are like, or some of the fish down there are like mosquitoes. They're attracted to light.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next one, Jamie.
They technically can't see either.
No, yeah, they're completely
not
blind.
totally true.
So this is the
There's a starfish with eyes on it.
telescope jellyfish.
The angler.
Oh well, yeah.
This is a telescope jellyfish.
I didn't know your angle.
It lives a mile and a half down in the Marianas Trench. I don't know have too much information about that one. We're just going to talk about how far down they.
Octopi.
Okay. This right here is the Dumbo octopus, and it lives 4 miles down. Now they're small and cute, but if you're smaller than them, they have a really powerful like suction, vacuum suction kind of thing with their mouth. Like they were able to draw in a lot of pressure.
Just a quick observation too. If you notice that all these photos were taken in the water, because anytime they try to bring these fish up, they explode.
Yeah, they explode. But no, there are some of these in labs. They're able to.
Well, no. But I'm saying they've gotten a few. But when they first started trying to bring them back up,
and some of them too, they only live for a short time, like a couple weeks or something.
Even when you're fishing, like I went out fishing in Monterey Bay.
Did you have a license?
I was on a fishing boat.
Maybe.
So
freedom as fuck, bro.
I think it was automatic.
Freedom fishing.
It's part of the fee.
It's kind of like the time I killed a fucking shark.
And they told us not to bring the fish up too fast because their eyes will explode because of the pressure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Next one.
Wish I could do that to a shark.
This right here is the angelfish. It lives 3 miles down.
Nice.
That's cool looking. Looks like a fucking dragon. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, one last one. Okay, so I called this a fucking demon shrimp.
So this is a amphipod.
Better known as a flea shrimp.
There you go.
I don't know if that's true or not.
No,
but
it is.
This lives 10,545 meters down, or 6.5 miles down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking amphipod.
It's really small. Okay, there should be one more.
No, that's it. That's all the ones you gave me.
Oh, you didn't get the other one.
Dude.
What other one?
You gave me 5.
Yeah, that was
all.
Okay, so there's another one. It's called a snailfish. It lives 5 miles down, and during James Cameron's descent, he went down. When he went down, these fish were drawn. These snailfish were drawn to the light in his
submersible.
Submersible.
Yeah. Wait, so I'm seeing that you have 5 written down right there. I showed 5 pictures.
Did you?
What did I miss?
Fuck, I don't know. Who knows? You must have missed something.
Also, it's my fault now.
Yeah.
Look, there's anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you missed the snailfish.
Snailfish, man.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the snail. Oh, God damn it! Now,
back.
why is that fucking back? I'll see if I can find the snail. You keep talking. Go ahead. You guys.
So yeah, so these live in the Marianas Trench, and and they're absolutely like.
Stay the fuck out of the water. Just trying to sum it up there for you.
Stay out of the fucking Marianas
Especially the
Trench.
deep. Yeah, fuck that.
It's
Especially
completely
the first
pitch black
one,
down
What was
there.
the first one? The anglerfish?
Oh, the anglerfish.
Yeah,
look.
Fuck that.
So to add to what Chris is saying, so it's been Shark Week.
Oh.
And I was watching this thing the other night.
Oh, you said something. I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah. So basically, they're diving. They're worried about sharks, but then this crocodile comes up and snatches one of the fucking researchers.
Nice. Not nice, but yeah.
It basically bit her on the calf and then let her go.
Why would you want to research the devil? I mean, come on now. Stay the fuck out of the water.
Devil.
Stay the fuck out of the water, dude.
Yeah,
I can't.
I can't find the fucking picture.
Yeah. Whatever. They can
Or
look
it up on the intranet.
On the interweb?
On the interpoles.
I feel like this isn't vital.
It's not. It's not. It really isn't. It's not vital.
Let it go, Chris. Let it go.
I'm not the one.
I want to see a snailfish, goddammit.
Jamie wanted to see it.
Oh, I want to see it
Does
now.
the snailfish
Yeah,
have snail
that is a
trails?
snailfish.
That was
you said angelfish is what you called it.
Yeah, you called it
Did I?
angelfish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
did.
my bad.
Oh, okay, so that's
whoa, so it
That's
was your
snailfish.
bad.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it was
so just so everybody knows, this
That
fish
is a snailfish.
Snail.
is a snailfish.
Not an
And
angelfish.
get ready, Bing. Sorry.
Chris is making up
the
shit.
fuck?
These
Why?
trails all over the place.
Jamie, the Mickey's is fucking with you because you're over there making all kind of noise.
I know, right? It's my fault. Yeah.
It seems like it does it when there's images going on for some reason. All right. Any other free talk, guys?
I think I'm good. Well, let me see. Let me see what I got. Let me
let's
check
see
the
what you
old
have.
book ski
Bag
here.
of tricks
Let me
over
check
there.
the old
Yeah,
book ski
yeah,
here.
I don't know. There's a fly flying around.
Yeah.
It's driving me nuts, dude. Fuck off.
That one. We did that one.
Kenny, you got yours too?
The only other one that I
there was a
have.
video, right?
The only other one that I have was did you guys see that it was, I guess it was a viral video. The guy was trying to make a viral video. I guess he saw somewhere in a video that a bullet, I'm sorry, could be stopped by a book. So this kid wanted to use a book to stop a bullet, okay? And he happened to pick what's widely regarded as the world's most powerful handgun. He used a 50 Action Express Desert Eagle, and he held it in front of himself, and his girlfriend shot him.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
Yep.
and she was like crying, begging him to stop.
Yeah, saying no, I can't do it. I don't want to. And he's just basically saying like, as long as you hit the book, everything will be fine. Guess what?
She hit the book.
She hit the fucking book. She was like an inch away from the fucking bullseye that was drawn on the goddamn book, and this kid still fucking died. So that happened.
And she was
Don't be a
pregnant,
fucking
too.
idiot, and you can't use goddamn books to stop shit.
Well, but the thing is, it actually happened, but it was probably a lot different circumstances.
It was, and
how
they
it
were
happened.
further away.
They were probably further away. The book is probably bigger, but it actually did happen. That's
Right.
where he got the idea.
I know, but it wasn't a 50 caliber.
Yeah, definitely.
And it
wasn't a
also
50
like,
cal.
and fuck, dude, a wet book, a wet phone book probably would stop a bullet, or at least slow a bullet down. I've seen several wet phone books be used to
Hashtag
stop a
thinning the
bullet.
herd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, it
Darwin
sucks.
Award.
Fucking that guy gets a Darwin Award. It sucks that it sucks that life was lost.
And it sucks that the girl was pregnant.
But it just
Yeah,
is. It's one of those
she's
things
sad.
where it's like, don't use a fucking book. You know what? Like,
Hey, aren't they trying to put her in jail? For
Yeah,
that?
she got 9 months in jail
Yeah.
and 9 months probation, 9 months house arrest or something like
That's
that.
how long pregnancy.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, poor kid.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So that was kind of a depressing free
It
talk,
is.
but I wanted to bring that
Well,
up.
yeah,
I just
my
wanted to say,
dad,
don't
mommy, I
use a
killed
fucking
him.
book
Yeah.
as body armor.
Yeah,
Use body armor
Well,
as
you know
body
what?
armor. That's what it's for.
Don't use your guns.
Well, even a
sti-
lot of body armor
in
isn't
a dumb way
rated
like that.
for 50 cal. It's actually
Yeah,
rated for 44.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I know that
Some-
mine
some are, yeah.
is rated for 44 max.
We should test it.
Let's not. I like my ribs.
Yeah, and my body armor.
I didn't say we were going to put it on you. We put it on
Untainted.
Bob.
We could.
No.
You want to shoot Bob?
didn't do
Use it.
anything.
Can it handle a 7.62?
I think
Body
so.
armor? Yeah.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
plates. Yeah. AK
Yeah,
round.
supposedly.
AK.
I hope I never have to fucking find out. That's the one thing.
Have you seen that clothing body armor?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, I saw
old.
something
It's for
about that.
pistol ammo mostly, I think.
and it's old. That came out in the late 70s, early 80s.
So I looked up one of the shirts, and it was like $650.
Jesus.
What do you want? One
You know how
of
much
the
that's
shirts
going to
for? They're
fucking hurt,
ugly.
too, to get shot by, like...
Not only that, they're ugly.
Finn?
The designs are ugly as shit.
Yeah, they are.
Kenny's number one concern.
Exactly. It's not fashionable.
It's not
cool.
fashionable. The plate carrier is way more fashionable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It looks badass, too.
Yeah. Operators.
Do you want me to pull up this video, Kenny?
What video?
The one you sent in chat? Did you do that on purpose?
Like Steven?
No. There's one that he sent in the chat. Was that something you wanted?
I don't know.
Was I drunk?
I don't know what's happening right now.
No, you sent it like during the break.
What? Let me check. Hold on.
The fuck you talking
Because that might
about?
not be appropriate.
It's this.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Oh,
you
the
want?
dude
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
You want to put it up right now?
Yeah, put it up.
Okay.
Fucking okay.
I don't know what this is.
This is where we become just like everybody else.
Do it.
Play it.
Don't be a hater because it's not fucking fish.
Okay. What even is this?
We have
This
to talk
guy
about.
is destroying Donald
Yeah.
Trump's star on the
Yeah.
walk, Hollywood.
He takes a
Stars.
fucking pickaxe to his star.
Yeah. He's looking for gold bullion.
He's so sad.
Dude, how is it that the fucking street is empty, dude? Have you ever been to downtown Hollywood?
Like 4 in the morning.
It's always fucking packed.
You have to remember Trump's.
There's a guy with an axe. I would be walking away.
Trump's Star isn't downtown. It's like on some off street.
Okay.
No, it's in front of the Chinese theater.
No,
like it's not too far away.
No, that's not the Chinese theater.
I'm not sure.
Or there's a big shopping center by it. Something.
Yeah. So, anyways, what is he destroyed his star? Ooh.
Oh yeah, this is like the 4th time it's happened though.
I didn't know that.
Jesus Christ,
that's fucking funny.
Somebody's fucking salty, dude.
Yeah, it's just petty shit.
It's stupid.
It's just like
Probably some
get
immigrant
over it.
who's not gonna get his papers.
Yeah, they're just gonna put another one. So stupid.
Yeah, they're gonna put another one. Somebody else is gonna come along and do it again. I mean, come on, guys. Don't be so fucking petty.
If it was in San Francisco, they'd probably poop on it.
Sorry, I don't know what the fuck's happening here. I tried to just save this.
They probably wipe their ass.
What the fuck? Hang on a second. Why?
Yeah.
Sure, fine. That's good.
All right, so
my bad, guys.
I guess we'll close with that fucking video.
Okay, you guys want to call that the end?
Yeah, it's the end.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, this is a pretty fucking long show. 25 minutes on this little cut alone.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that notification button so you can get informed when we put up new posts. Also, make sure you comment if you want a prize.
On episode 8. In the comments
so that was
on
the
YouTube.
episode previous to this one.
Yes.
Once again, if you are looking to get something for free, which everybody is, make sure
handouts.
make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share.
All that good shit.
Yes,
All the
please.
above.
Keep leaving us reviews. Send us messages on Facebook. We'll reply. You don't know who you're going to be talking to, but that's okay. One of us will reply.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
9 times out of 10, it won't be me.
There it is. All right, folks. Thank you very much. I'm going to do my little wrap up here. Open carry if you can and want to, asshole. All right. My rights are mine, asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Don't try and sell me a fucking permit.
Yeah, freedom.
All right.
Fuck your permit.
We're tired of being on fire over here, so put out your smokes, asshole.
Be responsible with your cigarettes and your fireworks.
Yes.
Fucking easy, dude. Jesus Christ. The Federal Reserve is assholes.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck those
Fuck
assholes.
them. And the Fed.
And the Fed. Nut shots are bad.
Ooh, ouch.
They
But
suck.
funny.
But funny, yeah.
When it's not happening to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And stay the fuck out of the water, asshole.
Yeah, always. Come on now.
Always.
Drink it, don't swim in it.
Yeah, that's it for us, everybody. Thank you guys once again for joining us. We'll be back with another episode next week. Remember, don't trust your leaders.
Peace.